Mad. 7 minutes of just fucking tiredness, mate. All right, geezers. Fucking hell, I tell you what, yeah. I said I wasn't gonna complain, but I'm complaining. This geezer called JEDI kept me up, setting up some bullshit. He didn't go to sleep till fucking, I don't even know what time it is. He didn't go to sleep till like 4:20, some shit. And he's up now, talking about he wants to do a review show, but I'm not having it. I'm his split personality, Jeddington. And I'm saying, nah, fuck this. I'm taking over. He's got to go back to sleep. Right. Yeah. Yo, stop that, madman. Madman, stop. Stop what you do. Mad, move. Bam, boom. Yeah, so I'm overtired. Yeah, so it's going to be a mad one. Big up everybody in the building. Hit up that like button. BomberCloud. It's the BomberCloud news. It's the BomberCloud news. All right, let me see what everyone's saying in the chats. I see Vortex. Big up your chesticles. Come on. Captain Rambo. Big up your ankles. Mr. Trill Hudson. Big up your neck back. Suede Brown. Big up your scalp. Sucker Longan. Big up your spine. BVM, big up your wounds. Nash Lion, big up your mane. Kushite Smoke, big up your lungs. Rashad, big up your rash. Nuapian Sniper, big up your trigger finger. Overkill, aka Truth, big up your face. Mr. True Hudson, big up your toes. Obasaxi, big up your Nigerian market selling bush dog and bush cat. Princess Dominique, big up your chin. D-Light, big up your aura. Anglo-Saxon, big up your flag. Who else we have? Who else do we have? I have gone crazy. Finally, I have gone crazy. Crazy. Lee Denham, big up your jeans. Come on. Rodney K, big up your horse emoji. You think something forget? Queen Breezy, big up your sometimes I think I'm in a dream, but it's real life. That didn't make no sense, but it made sense to us. All right, we're in the building. Hear that sound? That is the sound of drugs about to be poured into a cup. That's right. Coffee, caffeine, drugs. Hear the sound of drugs? That's how I feel. Oh, you look like you got locks, boy. You need to comb your head. You need to comb your headpiece. You need to comb your headpiece. Right. Lock up the show. I'm about to pour me some drugs. Yeah. Mad move. Bam boom. Comb your head with a bad man broom. From me on the pussy. That's a bad man's womb. Me not dance like that. Now, where's all the spoons? I swear down, yeah, I've got a particular set of skills that makes me a nightmare for people like you, yeah? I let you go if you just let my spoons go. If not, I will hunt you down and kill you. Good luck. Captain Rambo, good luck.
You fucking joke.
Walk on, Rambo. Ram busy.
Grand rises.
Yes, happy new day. Well, not even rising because me never lay down, so just a grand stay up. Really.
Well, boy, I was just rising, get me king.
Well, that's between you and the Mrs. Rambo. Yo, out,
Yeah, what-
out, out, out. I can't take all this.
Yeah,
Out, man.
Yo, big up everybody in the chat. Hit the
Yeah.
like button, get me.
On a
so
scale of 1 to 10, how tired do I look?
you look about 7.
See it there? 7.
Yeah.
Mad move. Bam,
Yeah.
bam, boom. Right. All right. Let me know any events I haven't. What's the like chat about? What BVM? Where I chat about BVM? BVM. You know, I did listen back to the show. I realized you did get buried yesterday. I didn't mean to bury you, man. I never mean. So let's dig you back up and dust the soil off your lapels, dust the soil off your shoulders. You get me? We never meant that, man. You get me? No shovels today. We put the shovel to the side. We realized we did all a wake and 9 night for you and everything. We shouldn't have done that, man.
Well, Jedi, dead laughing, dead dinner.
Fucking now. Yeah. Cause this is Thriller night. When black man's gonna save you. Get him. Ah!
Yeah.
No, BVM's gonna save you. And bias. Oh! That's what you look like at the fucking the thing. You know when the phone was on the floor and he was looking down at his phone. Yeah, he looked at it like Michael Jackson, like and Thriller.
I'm dead.
Yeah. Get him. Oh, what's BVM's favorite catchphrase? You're talking for long. Oh, fucking hell. You hit me 2 sentences in. Fucking hell, this is too long. This is too.
Local.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the.
Hey, BBM, bro. Yeah. Listen, you got to find.
Terror takes the sound before you make it. That was BVM. That was BVM when the man body checked it. Terror took the sound before he made it. Get him. Ah! Yeah. Oh wow, fucking hell, man. Yeah, man was looking down on the phone, like bird's eye view, and like looking down on the phone, like, Rod, did this motherfucker? Wide eye, Maku, wide eye. But you say you're drinking drugs too, man. Yeah, I'm gonna.
I got the ginger thing.
You got the ginger one, yeah?
Yeah, the ones in the sachet, yeah.
Yeah, you're living it up, bro. You're living it up, man. Live it up. Big up to one and all, man. It's just our little jokes we're having. Yeah, obviously everybody wants to ask me questions, but me no know. Obasaksi, I don't know. Before you start asking about the Lions, then can you tell us what's going on in the Nigerian market, please, my brother? Yeah, Maku, holla. Them man are not Igbo. Yeah, them man there were not Igbo. Them Nigerian market guys. That they sounded kind of Yoruba to me. So can you talk? Doing what? You know? Yeah, ain't you seen it on JEDI Online? What they were doing?
No, I never watched it.
They said it. Oh, cool. Well, subscribe to the channel, Maku, man. Subscribe to the channel and go watch that.
Remember.
Yo, Jedi.
Yo.
Everybody.
Yeah, hold on. Go back.
Everybody in Lagos, and around the surrounding areas has to speak Yoruba. So it could be from any walk of life.
But to be fair, I don't know if they're Yoruba. In fact, I think I get a northern kind of feel. Get me? I'm getting a northern vibe.
Hey, this guy here, Baku. This guy here is dangerous enough. Can I say this? My man's the market, you know. We don't know what he's, you know. Baku.
No one's beyond the FTK in it.
Nah, no one's beyond it, man. Seriously, we start at home. Everyone needs to be scared because we start at home, you know. I went from China to home.
Yeah, get out there first, quick.
Yeah, we get that out of the way. Let's get all that fucker out of the way. Bruh, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know what was going on, bruv. They had, let me ask you a question. I'm going to put a couple animals your way and tell me what you think. Yeah. First animal. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to turn my camera on for this.
Hey, could you have the privilege of watching it back?
No, not yet. It's a fuck you, not yet. First animal, bush dog.
Okay, yeah. Some people do. I've heard of that. And in some places, it's like, I watched the documentary, yeah, about people eating dogs, yeah. Hear this. And in some places in Africa, yeah, they don't just pick any dog. They pick the baddest, bravest.
No, wait, stop. No, wait. Let me ask you. Wait. Can I just confirm with you? Do you think you know what a bush dog is? You might want to Google that shit.
Of course, I know what a bush dog is.
No, are you sure, Maku? Go on. Tell me what's a bush dog, Maku.
A bush dog is like you're saying a wild dog. It's a wild dog, man. They're a mongrel, to be honest.
All right, boom, Maku. We'll wait for you. We'll wait for you, man. Just go on. Huh? Just have a look. Go on. We'll wait for you, man. Have a look. Yeah. Just have a look at a bush dog.
Maku.
I'll wait. Just Google bush dog.
Yeah, Maku. I beg you. Repeat rule set. I beg you, reset. So JEDI, this market has some things in there, yeah. Well,
yeah.
If you haven't watched it, I beg you watch it, then comment, bub. I beg you, you're my brother.
Let me just put this up on the screen. Let me just put this up on the screen, yeah.
Give him the link. Yeah, don't answer till you watch
Disclaimer.
it. Big up.
Man, I have to Google bush dog first.
Hey, listen.
Bearing in mind, I've been to a couple markets in Nigeria and I've never seen.
All right, no, that's what this is what I'm trying to explain to you. Yeah, I just want people to know that this is not like all markets. I went and I found a fuckery market. Yeah, a fuckery market.
And it's possible.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying to you. Don't say nothing.
My brother's keeper. Yes, I am.
My brother's keeper. I am. My brother's keeper.
CVM shit going on. Yeah, I think we just found the G monies of the family. Yeah, you know what I mean? This is bigger than Nino Brown.
Yeah, this is bigger, bro.
This is bigger than Nino Brown, bro.
This is bigger than Captain Rambo. That's my brother's keeper shit.
No, man. This is
bigger than me, bro.
This is bigger.
This is bigger than Captain. Yeah. So Matthew, if I'm saying that, research.
Yeah.
Go watch the video. I bet you watch the video, then we talk about it. Because
I can't hear you, Maku.
I got it here. They got something about it. That don't even look like a dog, bro. They look like a fucking.
What is that? I said it was like a ferret dog. I don't know what that is.
No, that's it's like a Wolverine. It's like
honey bear. You know the honey bear thing. It looked like the honey bear thing. I don't know, bro. Like, yeah, it's a man. Right. Second animal I got for you, yeah.
Bro. It's like a fucking animal.
The highly original name of bush cat.
Bush cat as well.
No. Just go to JEDI Online. And let me know, bro. I said I was watching that and my green passport just fucking burst into flames. Like on its own, spontaneously combusted. Oh shit. Water. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yo. Nah. Fuck's sake. Anyway. We have the news. Yo, all of you look fall back in. Trust me, because I know you Caribbeans are feeling very pleased yourself. You should know I got something up my sleeve. You don't just need to just be humble. Be humble and understanding. You get me? Be humble. It's a hyena. Do you think it's a hyena? I think it's a hyena. No, see what, yeah? So what what they've called bush dog isn't what is being displayed in the video. Let me just explain that to you, yeah? I kind of set you up, yeah?
Oh shit.
Yeah. So
it's a cat though.
Huh?
Yeah, a bush cat is a wild cat.
Bruv.
It seems.
Bruv. Put this way, you know, if they're Nigerians, what they call a bush cat and a bush dog are not a bush cat and a bush dog. I believe the bush dog may be some kind of jackal or hyena or something Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. And the bush cat, I don't even know. Anyone's guesses, man. Anyone's guesses, I don't even know. Shit. All right. Yeah, you lot hit that like button. Let me go and check who's a pagan, who's not. Who's setting themselves up for 7 years bad breath? Because I'm not playing today, man. The judge is strong today. You get me? We're working with all of the powers today.
Like, this is the joke, but yeah, there's worse out here, bro. I'm telling you. After what I experienced yesterday and what I found out yesterday, bro, I'm scared about some parts of Africa.
Why? What did you find out yesterday?
Zubaydah told us that in Algeria, that when they were getting attacked by various people, the woman
rub shit on themselves, isn't it?
Yeah, that was mad. I was like, what? So I goes, what happens if they don't come? False flag.
You know what? I kind of heard the fuckery, a little bit of the fuckery, but I was stuck to my computer setting up some stuff. I couldn't get involved. Plus, you had a man there. You get me? I didn't want to pop up and upset nobody.
No, in the end, yeah, I got to rate Zubaydah because she was fair. So what she did, she found 2 articles. One promoting the good behavior of someone or someone's experience in Algeria. And then she did another one with a negative experience of how what's going on in Algeria.
But she's too hungry to this anyway, man.
What happened at the end is now she's focused on her own thing because she didn't realize the extent of what was going on in her own country. And I have to give her ratings for that. Yeah. So you can fall back now on Nigeria and all of that. Concentrate on Algeria. You get me? Because that's a pretty fucked up place. And you're
hit the like button, family tree, if you're ready for a day of fuckery. Like, right about now, I'm too tired to have sense. So that's a danger for the internet, yeah? Hit the button that says like, man.
Grumpy. You know, catch man grumpy out here, man.
Yeah, it's gonna end in tears, isn't it?
You know the ones, what?
What was that? You know, it's gonna be a Jedi Finest Wine Part 2. Yeah, but I'm like, you're annoying me. Yeah, that feeding box was wide open.
I saw your son cleaning up on the Resident Evil though. That was hard the other night.
Yeah, relax, man. Relax.
I'm sorry, you on the Resident Evil.
Yo, who's a pagan? Listen, who's a pagan? What happened to Ras? Did he get struck? I don't know, man. You like dying for respect. Me don't know, you know. You never look for respect over here. I don't know why you now asking now. Like we got some network, the Jedi and Ras network or something. This is Trilluminati live, bro. I don't know, but big up Ras. I don't know what's happening. I'm not indulging in your fucking gossip. Someone bring me some facts. He's probably locked off his channels for a while. Get me? Gone on holiday or something. You know what it's like? He'll be back. Back. It's always back. I sound like who is it, man? Who is it talking about Tupac when he got shot? You know, I was thinking, you know, he's a Biggie, you know. Oh, you know, I was thinking he always gets shot, man. Like, you got shot again? You know, you know that bait interview that Biggie done, like, yo, yeah. Allow it, Biggie, man. Allow it. You looking hella suspect right now. Yeah. P Diddy looking like a straight Pinocchio out here. What's going on? Oh, did I put January in a date? See, look, January, you know, caught and leap. Only one man noticed. Bigger pictures. It's January. It's February. I put January. Fuck with that. All right. Yeah, Biggie Small. When I heard he got shot again, I was like, wow. But I'm definitely Pac. I'm not Biggie. Come on, let's be real. And I'm not even Pac. Fuck both of them, man. Sorry if you love them and they underpin your identity. But I'm a free man. I just don't have no icons, master. I don't have no icons.
Not in
as
music.
A free man. As a free man.
Yeah, not from the music. Never.
Will you say family tree?
I said not from the music industry, never.
Nah. Fight for that, man. We're freer than that, you know. Yeah, we're far more free than that. I'm far more free-minded.
Far more free than that.
Far more free-minded than that.
Oh, Ralph, did you console your boy, man? What's going on? Where was you?
Where was he? Yeah, he was there. You know he's gonna say he was there somewhere. You know his man.
When the revolution kicked
he would have turned Brexit into Paki bashing. That's where it would have been. Brexit would have been like, Zig Heil, Zig Heil, Zig Heil, Zig Heil. And then some white person in the comments would be like, oh, it's probably because, but it's probably because he thinks. We're stupid with the excusing. Oh, well, like, he probably thought, he thought he was calling him a racist. I've seen that guy before. I am telling you, I've seen that guy with the glasses and whatever before somewhere.
I think he's come to the park, you know.
Something. If we was any kind of community out here, yeah, if them, like, who saw the thing about the woman, she was covering like some marathon, yeah, and she's standing there and people running past on this marathon, and then some guy just slaps her bottom. You get me? And you see her face like, oh shit, I just got my bum slapped. Yeah. They traced this brother down so quickly, but from the footage, they rewound the tape, they looked for him everywhere, looked for his hat and his t-shirt, they found his running number, shamed him up, he's working for the Boy Scouts and the church group, like rare. I'm saying if these Brexiteers or Black Van Man supporters, yeah, have any moral decency, they will they've got a clear picture of the brother and his missus. They will hunt this guy down and expose him. Expose him, man. Get his name out there. Give us his fucking name. We want to know who he is. Man will do a whole show on him Zig Heiling. Just done his dance. Support your boy Black Van Man, because he's out there repping for you. He's out there repping for you. Yeah. You know, the least you lot could do is, you know, name and shame, man. Name and shame him.
So what's he saying? No headbutt?
No headbutt. He slapped the phone out his hand. Do you know what I mean? And Black Van Man swung for him. Like, obviously, I don't know. Yeah.
Did he connect?
No, I think he said he moved. He ducked. He ducked him.
He ducked him.
Well, yeah, I think. Did you say he ducked him? Yeah, I think he ducked Black Van Man. Let me ask. Black Van Man's here, you know. I think the Black Van Man said he swung and the guy moved out the way, so he followed him. He followed him and
we saw that bit.
Yeah, he followed him and then the guy went to the police, innit?
Yeah, that was
the
way my man looked over the shoulder, like, oh shit, you're not being mean to them.
Yeah. Yo, that was fucked. I looked over, I was like, yeah, straight to the police. He said to his missus, one minute. I went straight to the police. That was fuckery. I was like, here we go again. I wouldn't be surprised if Black Van Man got arrested. Because, you know, so I've seen things switch like that, you know.
He was lucky.
Lucky that he got the friendly light skin Fred, or the unfriendly, unbothered face. Catherine Tate face.
Yeah, come on.
Look, are you gonna press charges, or if not, I'm gonna. Yeah, it's true though. Anytime Black Van Man gets a bit shirty in the comments, just type exoskeleton, or type like 8 to 10 words, and he's gonna say you're typing too long. Just say exoskeleton, and kind of like, you get me, buys you like 5-10 seconds. It's like, oh, what? Huh? Exo what?
What's that?
What's a fucking exoskeleton? Listen, mate. All that mumbo jumbo. Hey, yesterday Black Van Man said that he so he was like, yeah, you know, he's gone and interviewed the ethno nats and blah blah blah, and you know, he's going to check them out and find out their view unbiasedly. So I said, so we basically got onto the topic of, is there any other groups, any other communities that you're trying to
reach out to?
That you're trying to reach out to? And he said, yeah, the urban community.
So I said to him, Matthew, what do you mean the urban community?
No.
And he's like,
no, wait, Rambo.
Yeah.
Let the urban community, let that just sink in for a minute.
For fuck's sake, Jade, why are you starting him off for? Was it yesterday enough, Jed? You're such a stirrer.
The urban community. Now he just called me a clown, innit? You know I'm just joking. He says I'm a clown, so get me. Let's take it to the circus. Oh man, yeah, man said the urban community. I started thinking about HMVs. You know what I mean? Is he gonna go to the opera community next? Classical? Do you know what I mean? Rock and roll community? I don't know, man. I don't know. Urban? What do you call it? Urban? What do you call it?
Garage? Garage? What do you call it? Urban? What do you call it? Wine?
I was like, yo. And I said, I was being kind, and I was like, yo, brother, like, what do you mean by urban? Ah, you're fucking complicating things. It's semantics. I'm like, Ra, how do you learn that long ass word semantics? Where did you learn? Who taught you semantics, boy? You been reading again, boy? Oh man,
getting ideas above your station, boy.
Yeah, would you learn words like semantics? Leave that to us boffins. Get me, car. Yeah, like I'm like a boffin. You get me?
Yeah, there's no boffins in the far right or nothing like that.
Listen to this, Maku.
Zero boffins.
So the word urban come up. So I said, yo, rude boy, what?
Yeah, man, I hear you, man. I hear you chatty patty about I move like gal, but like get me. But the 50-year-old that swung for you didn't move like a gal though, innit? The 50-year-old that ducked your swing, shall I say, and slapped your phone out your hand, yeah, and got no physical reprisal whatsoever. He didn't move like a gal, innit? But I move like a gal because I'm busting 2-2 joke online, reviewing what we were chatting about yesterday. It's cool, man. You know what you like? You like this you lot talk until it's a group of white racists. Then it's not. There's no you lot.
It's just one man.
No talk.
I'm alright.
I love this you lot talk, but I can take it, man. I got tough skin, bro. Tough black skin.
What I didn't like here was the last.
Tough black leather skin.
No, we need to have words about the last section of the video, because after all that, how he ends the video is that the only people he has problems with, he said the one guy, that's like a one-off, but he has problems with ignorant black people and Muslims. How you end the stream like that? And that's so disingenuous, considering
how the stream ended after you got your phone clap out your hand.
That's my point.
Yeah,
after you know what I mean? After you got man thought you got headbutted and got given 2 white eyes, but no, it's cool.
I thought I was a bit disingenuous.
Yeah, but I mean, genuinely, I think this is like the angle that he's trying to show to man, because obviously I've been truly unbiased in trying to understand the young man and trying to see where man's mentality was at, and like he just keeps trying to show me like, yo, I got some fire for you lot. I'm unbiased when I'm reporting. When we're talking, it's a different thing. If you say a sentence that's longer than like a couple words, I'm gonna tell you that you're talking too long. I don't listen to you. I don't respect your viewpoint. Yeah, because I don't even like be quiet enough to just actually hear what you're saying. You literally can't explain anything that you're trying to say to me. Do you know what I mean? Because like I just won't listen to it.
But when he talks, the problems he has with man like you though, and that the man them, we too fucking down to earth. We not only see Wagwan, yeah, we live through it. So when he's tried to come up here and chat about fucking urban, we just know where his fucking mind's at, because he's quick to run around them. And as I said, bro, it's better I'm thinking to myself, it's better positive stuff we do within our community anyway. Why don't he just wave his camera around in the
Now he's been to stagnation. Now he's calling me respect. Now he's calling me now he's calling me respect 2.0. So you just lost the argument, because you know that we're two different kettle of fish. Yeah. As soon as you start betraying yourself, or you start, because remember, I'm just going off the words you say, innit? I do not put no words in your mouth. I'm not no pretenses. Yeah. Yeah. I am open-minded. I am open-minded and supportive. Yeah, I'm supportive, but at the end of the day, I can only say what I've seen in it, what he's giving me in conversation. I've got to be real. The video's there. 2 conversations I've had with him on my show, he showed me ignorance, innit? You show me ignorance. No, it's not. It's not even a problem. Like I'm just saying, the ignorant side of you has come out. So if you want me to be unbiased, then I've got to report what I see. Like I give you the microphone, I ask you questions, and this is what I get out of it. This is what. So if you're thinking that, oh yeah, he's saying what Respect said. No, I don't even agree. I didn't even agree with Respect saying what he said about you. I made my own mind up about you, or I'm making my own mind up about you. Shall I say? I'm not like decided, oh yeah, this is totally him. I'm just commenting on a couple things you said in it. Like over and all, you're a nice dude, bruv. And like I'm still willing to believe that you are actually trying to be unbiased in it. But a few things that you've said and done don't seem that unbiased to me. And another thing is, like, you know, with the whole journalistic aspect, you've put me off conversations with you. Like, actually, I don't mind it. I'm moving weird. What? Okay, what's weird, bro? Like, what's weird? What? Yeah, the last video that we spoke has the ignorance, and the one with that's entitled Black Van Man versus Raven. That's got the ignorance in it. Station 6. If you want to jump on and talk about it and cape for Black Van Man, that he's a male that's capable of speaking for himself. You know what I mean? If you want to cape for him, then you can cape for him. Here's the link. I don't mind in it. Black Van Man, if you want to speak, I don't mind in it. But let's be real. I am fair in it. I am fair, and I'm going off like the conversations I've had with man. Nothing to do with no one else. So the minute you start calling me Respect shows me yet again how disingenuous you are. Because what are two people not allowed to have or come to a similar conclusion based off information without me being somebody else? My conclusion is not finished yet. Like I've not drawn up my final conclusions, but I will say that the last couple of conversations have left me thinking like, like maybe I'm just trying to see the good in man, innit? Maybe I'm just trying to see the good in man, and I should really just go with what man's showing me, because like if I report fairly on the energy you brought or the intellect you brought, I'm gonna have to say that it's not looked very good. While everybody else, well, not even everybody else, while others have judged you and labeled you, I've refrained from that, and I still have refrained from that. I'm just going on a couple conversations we've had, and I'm reporting it fairly from how I see things. But the thing is, when people start reporting unbiasedly, I don't think you like it. I don't think you like someone really being unbiased, because I'm not being biased by saying what I'm saying. I'm just going off our exchanges. Do you know what I mean? And what I've seen, and it's like, boy, I don't know, man.
And my brother, his fucking listening skills is a fucking appalling.
Yeah, your listening skills are bad, man. Bad. And I probably have a rounder view of you at this moment in time if you just like humbled yourself a little bit and listened when in a conversation. But you're on this thing of nah, and just chatting and blah 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 and blah blah blah, and then it's like, yo, bro, like, come on, fam. We all have points of view. 1 second. We all have points of view, yeah. But it is important to listen to each other, like even if it's just for good communication and manners. And you know what? I've come to the point where you ain't really had good manners in conversation. Do you know what I mean? And it's led me to wonder, why is it when certain things are brought up, do you like shut down and refuse to allow the dialogue to flow? You seem to be obstructive to certain lines of conversation, and I've noticed it. You try to fob it off and say, they're talking too long, and you do it with everybody that chats a little bit of sense. And I'm not as long-winded as everyone else as well, especially when I'm chatting to you. I try to break it up into little baby portions for you, you know, baby portions for you. But you tell me that it's too chewy. You get me? I don't know what you need. You need it in a blender with a straw or something. I don't know. But yeah.
It's funny the different levels.
Oh, did man say I'm not giving BVM the right to reply on the panel? How many times have you seen me put the link in the fucking chat? Are you all right, Punk Bastard? Let's count how many times the link is in the chat, because this is weird.
And
1, 2. That's in the last 2 minutes. Where's the link? I'm sure the link. 3.
Scroll up. You got to scroll up.
Yeah, I've got to 3 so far anyway.
And don't forget the actual link is in the description.
The link is in the description. Yeah.
No excuse.
I'll post the link. I'll post the link one more time. Please, man. What? Oh, sorry, didn't see. Yeah, man. Listen, I want man to know, man. I don't have like. Listen, see what? Yeah, if Black Van Man is some form of sellout or whatever people are running around saying, that's not gonna like take food off my plate. If Black Van Man is misunderstood and just trying to do the right thing by humankind, then I promote that. It's still not gonna put no food on my fucking plate. Do you know what I mean? So like, let's not act like I'm out here to put Black Van Man down and me and Black Van Man are enemies, or it's not that. Sensationalist. You use these long words, but you don't understand exoskeleton. You want to say sensationalist, yeah, and you want to say what's the other word you use? Whatever. Anyway, some other long word.
Whatever, but it doesn't understand what urban is.
Yeah,
fuck off,
but you don't know how to. And then obviously I helped him. I questioned him again, like, yo, okay, but you know that F no nats could be urban, innit? So.
Do you know what he said?
Okay. He said the poor youths on the estate. He said the poor youths on the estate. Do you know what I mean?
Come on, man.
Poor youths on the estate. So like, I'm like, all right, cool. We can work with that, innit? Yeah.
But
still,
my question is this though, Maku, ain't it National Front who lives on the estates? Ain't BNP lives on the estates?
Hold on. Round my way, yeah. The youths are not fucking poor. I don't know what he's talking about, mate.
That's what I'm saying. You got find the poor.
Yeah, they've got more peas than me, defo. You get me? They're riding around in fucking, bruvs, segways, all sorts, bruvs, exotic food smoking, and bruh, these youths are not broke. Trust me. You get me?
That's exotic food smoking.
Yeah, like, come on, man. No, it's not. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, man, afford pretty mountain bikes, peds, all sorts of swords off the internet. You know what I'm saying? How you do that? Where do you get a credit card from?
And that's the only problem I have with Black Van Man, bro. Why do you have a listening problem when you come to talking to your brothers? Then when I see you having your interviews, you are all fucking ears.
No, but wait. But this wait, Rambo. No. He's explained that. Obviously, when he's out there on marches and stuff like that, he's just being unbiased and he just gives a camera. And when he's on here, he can give his personal views.
He's just being biased, isn't it? Yeah.
No, he's not being biased. He just gives his personal. He can give his personal opinions, and you know, he don't really want to hear what we got to say anyway, man. Like,
I just want to hear. A suck your mother to one of them man there. You get me? A man keep boxing your phone out of your hand. This is twice now. It's happened. 3 times a lady. Is that what we're waiting for? And then some people might say it's a psyop. Some might say that guy is a crisis actor. Maybe he was the guy from the last week. Who knows? Do you get what I'm saying? But all I'm saying is it just looks a bit stodgy. We had this debate. You had a debate with the sisters on my channel. Yeah. And I'm saying that the conclusion was do better. You was going to start filming more unbiased and more variety in your thing. And then the first thing I see is Brexit party thing. Do you get what I'm saying? And now there's been a little confliction there. Perhaps you just got to see that sometimes you say things, but you don't really, you know what I mean? Live up to them. It's only the one Sam Colfer video you got. You get me? The rest is something else, bro. You know what I mean?
Anyway, man.
But it's just a difference in opinion and ideology, not personal. Never personal. Trust. You get me? And we mock. If you're really black and you like us, you know what we're like.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we go at each other, we think. We were just cussing our own selves just a minute ago. Talking about bushrat and fucking.
Hold on, wait. There's usually 5 of you trying to argue with man. Bruv, like, you know what, yeah? I don't know. Do you want to come on here and chat one-on-one? Do you want to come on here? I'll clear the panel and chat one-on-one. Don't try to hide behind that, bruv. Because more time, I don't let no one interrupt me when I'm chatting. I'm always saying to the man, 1 minute, let me just get me. I will clear the panel, bruv. Don't see, the thing is, you gotta be intellectually honest now, bruv. Yeah, like it's no point me and you really going toe to toe and having a convo because you seem to be lacking honesty when it comes to certain subjects, innit? And you skirt around and you hide behind the fact that, oh, Jedi's using big words, or Jedi's speaking for too long, yeah? And when we actually break down your argument, it's a little bit weak. Do you know what I mean? It's a little bit weak on certain subjects. And then you get all erratic and irritable, and you fuck up the conversation. The quality of the conversation goes downhill once you feel a little bit once you feel a little bit challenged.
Definitely.
Yeah? You fuck up the convo when you feel a little bit challenged. It's like you sabotage it. This is what it feels like. Yeah, I know you can't be bothered. This is what we're saying. You can't be bothered. You're only bothered when you're going to interview ethnonats. You can't even be bothered to find the correct term to address the community from which you came from. Yeah, to describe them. You want to call them the urban community. Ah, man, you should have done that on one of your interviews. Like when you went to the poor youths in the estate, said, "Yeah, I'm here in the urban community." That would have been jokes. But anyway, man, there's no narrative. Don't worry, man. It's cool, man. I'm done. Everyone's got a narrative, but you. Don't worry, man. I'm done. I'm done. When you're ready, jump on in it, because I don't want to scare you off like Raspet did. I don't want to scare you off where you boycott, man. Like, I'm not going in there to speak to man because he doesn't agree with me. I'm not gonna give you that get out clause. So whenever you're ready to jump on, brother, link is in the description. If you're worried that the conversation you want to have is gonna have too many people chatting to you at once, I'll just clear the panel for a little bit. But I won't keep but I won't keep doing that I won't keep offering that kind of hospitality if you come on my panel and make me have to get ignorant or sound ignorant, because I have to like kind of fight you for airspace just to speak or to finish my sentence, because you keep sabotaging my sentences because they're coming across too long-winded for you. Like even that now, he'd be like, "Oh fucking hell, you're talking for ages." Oh, for fuck's sake. And it's like, bruh, why are we even going on like we're gonna have an intelligent conversation when you can't even take any small monologue? You ain't got the concentration span, buddy. You get me? You don't. That's something you need to work on. You don't, man. Because your journalism is 0.0. Like so far from what I've seen, your journalism is just like You get journalists, you get me? You get journalists come on and have a debate or have a conversation or even have to explain their reporting. And it's like, and like I said to you, man, a good journalist will ask the hard-hitting questions. Yeah? Not going, you all right, mate? You all right, mate? Oh, mate? Oi, you all right, mate?
Got to take some lessons.
Sorry, mate. Yeah.
Take some lessons from content. Still.
Yeah. Man said, this is the real British culture. This is the true side of British culture. Yeah. And people think that they're just going to be a bunch of racist and far right, for Zig Heil. You're rascal up, brother. Zig Heil, you're rascal. And man was like, hey. And that's your listening skills, yeah, again. You weren't listening to what man was saying. Man was like, Zig Heil was like, hey. And then when my man walked off and done the finger, yeah, he was like, rah. Like, my man's trying to diss the thing, really, innit? Yeah. He felt the energy. Then he was like walking. Yeah. And then my man was like, right, what are you trying to follow, man? He span real quick. Back, active. Slap the camera at your hand. And then you just look down on the camera, like bird's eye view, just like, rah, is that my camera? Then he was like, go on in. Come on in. Let's go. He's like, no, he's gone. He's going. You mean let's go? He's going.
Man, go straight to the police.
Yeah, he went to the police. I can't agree with that, man. I'll put your move. I can't agree with that, man. I'm telling you, no way would I ever back that dude over BVM. I'm having a bit of a laugh, yeah. Like I think it's good that BVM didn't react on camera. You know what I mean? Because that would only have made him get more demonized. Me personally, I feel like I've reached to the point where, camera or no camera, I can only be doing harm to the future generations if I don't respond in an authentic way. Do you know what I mean? Like that. Obviously, if you're outnumbered, like I've been in the past, then I would tell you, do you know what? Put your safety first, innit? Yeah, and think like. But in a moment like that, personally, I'm glad that never happened to me. This is why I didn't come. I was gonna go to the thing and meet up with BVM. Do you know what I mean? I was gonna go there. I'm glad I didn't. Like some of my bigger brothers and my uncles and that advised me not to, and in the end, their voices rang out louder for me. I didn't go. because if that happened to me, I think out of principle, I would have had to make sure my man got boxed in his face, like out of principle. Do you know what I mean?
Well, just all the fool.
And I wouldn't be on this shell shock thing of a man stepping up and just being shell shocked or just like feeling like, oh shit, like I'm not having that, bruv. That's why I didn't go there, because I'm not in that zone. I've been there many a time, you know, like, you know, calm and just like breathe and let it happen. But yeah, this is 2020, and I've done told, man, I'm not taking no L's for free. There's no free L's. The L's gonna cost someone. If I take an L, it's gonna cost someone. You know what I mean? It's gonna definitely cost someone. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, big up BVM, man. I don't want you to feel hunted, bruv. You still got a brother in me. I'm just saying some truths. Hopefully something rings a bell with you. But yeah, it's not no animosity or nothing, brother.
Yeah,
you know
man.
I do resent you. I do resent you calling me respect, but I think that's why you called it to me, because you actually know that I'm not the same as my little brother. Do you know what I mean? I think you know that. But it's cool, bro. It's not no hate, bro. It's no hate. I don't know why you're saying that. Don't paint yourself into being a victim. You're not a victim, bro. We're just having what we having? Huh?
Reasoning. We just
we're giving our open, honest opinions, man. You gotta like stop.
What you saying? BVM's got victim mentality.
Exactly. So you just come up on the panel, man. Because we're your brothers, fam. You should be jumping on the panel and talking, not be talking into the fucking chat.
It's
like
cool, man.
Idiot.
It's cool. He's not coming on because man don't agree with him in it. So you get me, and he doesn't want to get forced into that. You know what I mean? Because he wants to control his narrative. He doesn't want to like give his own point of view across, where it's like not yes man. And I can be a yes man if what you're saying is right. I'll be a yes man. I'll be like, yeah, BVM, you know what? I agree with you, bro. Like, yeah, you're right. Like I have done many a time in the face of whoever. I don't give a fuck. So, you know what I mean? I mean, BVM is your G, yeah, Sticky G. I hear you, bro. Like, that's all good. You know, we all got G's in it. Like, BVM is my G too. It's not like he's not my G. It's cool, man. Do you know what I mean? It's cool. It's cool. Sometimes you have to hear a little bit of the truth, though, whether you like it or not, innit? Or you have to hear sometimes you have to give your G your perspective and just tell him how you feel about certain things. It's not like the end of the world. But yeah, man. Big up yourself, man. So yeah, man, we're looking through the Independent today. The Independent, UK's largest quality digital news brand is what they're calling it. So let's see, man. Let's see. We went through it yesterday. I wasn't that impressed with the Independent. I swear down, man, them need to have their own news outlet, you know. Man, them news. It will smash it, because I don't want to see about none of this. I want to see these perspectives sometimes. All right. Terror offenders will be jailed indefinitely under government plans. So here we go with the Hegelian dialectic. Oh, is that a bit? Someone tell BVM what the Hegelian dialectic is. So, yeah. So do it in sign language or something for the brothers in the back row, man. Yeah, for the journalists and that. See now my issue with this. Okay, Streatham terror attack. Terror offenders will be jailed indefinitely under government proposals. Terror offenders will be jailed indefinitely under plans being considered in a government review launched over the Streatham attack. The proposals will apply to convicts of all levels of seriousness, a Downing Street source said, including those convicted of low-level propaganda offences like the crime previously committed by Sudesh Aman. Now, this is where it gets sticky, right? This is where it gets sticky, because yesterday, like chatting to BVM and Rambo, I was basically calling for like the death penalty. Then them brothers there, who are a little bit more moderate, were like, you know what? If you kill someone and then you find out you're wrong, you can't undo it. And I'm like, shit, it's true. And at the end of the day, anytime we're in a white country and we start talking about death penalty, we gotta understand that ain't a good look for the black minority. It ain't a good look. And I gotta be honest, that I was talking like a real British citizen when I said that. Like, yeah, mate, they come over to our country, we fucking kill them, and all that. You know what I mean? And I suppose reality has to strike and make man think, you know what? As much as that sounds good, like I'd advocate for that in Nigeria, maybe, but even still, man, black man's gonna suffer, man. The black man's gonna suffer at the hands of capital punishment because justice is white. The law dictionary is blacks, but justice is white. You know what I mean? And that's just statistically, I'm saying, not even on a victim or statistically. The ethnic minorities or ethnic majorities, however you want to describe them, the melanated African and Asian
urban community,
the urban community, they fall foul of the justice system, of fairness. They fall foul of the fairness of the justice system. You know what I mean? So that'd be a mad one. But now, I mean, I'm thinking, you know what? If you've been convicted of some terrorism thing, man, stay in jail. I don't, because guess what? Guess what? Yeah. South family, South family, was literally in Poundland, which is 2 shops away from where my man got killed at the time. They were there. So if this man's stabbing people randomly, that could have gone very different. They were literally 2 shops away from, like literally at the time. They had to leave the scene. The brother was laying there, like, so he could have come into Poundland or whatever and done his thing. And I say that to say this: I want my brothers, my sisters, my neighbors, the white man down the road, the China man up the hill, the Somali man, the whoever, to be safe from threats of violence by some people that have got a twisted ideology and think that they need to wage war on the everyday people to make some kind of political or religious whatever statement. We should all be free from that and safe from that. I wouldn't hesitate to kill one of these folks. But now they're saying, okay, hear the wording, the proposal, to keep them in jail indefinitely sounds good. That's what we need. That's what we need. We can't be releasing more terrorists, more suspected terrorists onto the streets. And then they say the proposal will apply to convicts of all levels of seriousness. Warning bell. Right. A down the street source said, including those convicted of, here comes the warning bell again, low-level propaganda offenses. Now, what's a low-level propaganda offense?
The guy who went to jail. The guy who went to jail, who was the cameraman at Speaker's Corner.
Ooh. What was his thing? A low-level propaganda offense?
The low-level propaganda offense, bro. But man still went jail. I'm saying Ross. They're pushing up the bar because I've already FTK'd terrorism and the idea of terrorism. Do you get what I'm saying? And who's doing what? Do you get what I'm saying? That's an FTK that was waiting to happen. Do you get what I'm saying? You can't. And what I'm saying is right or left or terror. You've all bought a false ideology. Do you get what I'm saying? Someone bought that lie about there's, you know what I mean? Oh, people are fighting against Islam. Let me go out to Syria. All of that is a psyop, and you got drawn in because when you reach there, you really know what it is. Do you get what I'm saying? Got nothing to do with you. They're just playing games, war games, firing shots up into the air and but you could get caught. Do you get what I'm saying? And then they come running back, and then they say they don't want to let them in. You get what I'm saying? Because the real threat of war or terror is when you're at war. When the house next door to you gets blown up.
But the problem is this. The problem is now, anything can come under propaganda, right? Because remember, in America and that, you've got the whole black identity extremists. There's obviously, England's full of fashion. There's obviously a version of that over here, right? So, for instance, you might have some of the brothers that are a little bit more extreme with the way they express themselves, or a little bit more frank. Let's not use the word extreme. They might be a little bit more frank, a little less politically correct, and they might speak from the heart, like people like Ralph, brothers like Ralph, brothers like some of the Hebrew Israelites, brothers like some of the ethno-nationalists, brothers like Liam and stuff like that. To be fair, I've not openly heard many Muslims with this super extreme view, but I've heard others that I would say their views are quite extreme, as in, could be offensive to some snowflakes, and to people without tough skin. I could see how silencing them could be painted up as stopping hate speech. I don't think no one should be silenced for what they say, but I just feel like it needs to be fair, where everybody is allowed to have their say. However, I can see yet again the brown minorities and the lower class, working class minorities, working class people, the urban community, I could see them suffering from this. Yeah, saying, "Wow, what? Yeah, out here in the corner preaching." For instance, if you say the white man's the devil, that might be something that's deemed as low-level propaganda offense. If you say, "Fuck the government, don't vote," or "Fuck the Queen," or "Bun Labour," they support early term abortion, or they support late term abortion. You could be seen as being a low-level propaganda offender. This is a dangerous title that they're sneaking in there, and people like that can be held for indefinitely, Maku.
Yeah, but if they're saying terror attack, remember that the problem with that is it does involve Islam. Do you get what I'm saying? So anyone who's on a thing, it's like their version of Guantanamo Bay. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but bro, this is what I'm saying. Listen, remember you was there with me when I went through the counter-terrorism bill of 2020, bro. You saw who was on that. You know, gang narrowly escaped that fucking bill, right? Don't let terror make you think of what's it? Ram says Abdul.
Yeah? So you don't think New Orleans have been on the terror list or classed as a terrorist group for the last 20 years?
Well, for now in England, they're not on the list right now.
I know, but
I hear you. But they probably have been. But it's not. It wouldn't have been as serious then as it is now. Now they're stepping it up. Yeah, it's a fucking problem, bruv. Like I said, Greenpeace. Hold on, Greenpeace will come under this. Yeah, Earth First will come under this. The EDL will come under this. Combat 18 will come under this. Gang would have come under this. Extinction Rebellion will come under this.
Super glue niggas.
Yeah. You lot are gonna now get done for terrorism, and you can be jailed indefinitely. Please let's not underestimate this. People of Earth, this is a time where we need to put our petty differences aside. This is our freedom of speech being attacked.
Gone.
Yeah, but Judge, if you remember when we did that video, we did say that, we did claim that. I did point out to you that, you know what, the propaganda level of what we were dealing with would put you on terrorism charges now. What they've done is orchestrated all of this. Bruv, this is like the fucking Brexit, fam. This is a fucking proper psyops. And remember, go on.
Good. There's a good question being asked, Rambo. Does this include people like Tommy?
Well, it should.
It should, but it won't.
But it won't.
Why won't it? Who said it won't?
He's the bias.
The bias. The natural bias means that their organizations won't be classed as terror organizations. They don't even do it when they do terrorist shit. Do you get what I'm saying? So they don't be classed as terrorists. It was a terror attack when the guy ran into the mosque and, you know what I mean, ran people over.
The lone wolf? You mean? I'm sorry, I think you're mistaken.
Right.
I think you mean the lone wolf.
Thank you. So that's
I think you mean the lone wolf.
That's gonna just continue in that vein. Do you get what I'm saying? They're not gonna change that.
Nah, I don't know though, bro. I don't know. Like, let me remind you of how deep it got, bruv.
They're not gonna put Tommy on terror watch, man. They're not putting Tommy on terror watch, man. If they want to lock up Tommy, they lock him up. You get me? But that's it. He's a terrorist.
Nah, but listen, but the links are already being drawn. Don't you get it? Remember, we let's go to Christchurch. Yeah, my man's name's already been mentioned in connection with that. So is Combat 18. So is a couple other groups with the Christchurch guy. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that this is where all these weird ethno-nats and civic nationalists and all this shit is leading, man. They're basically they're radicalizing the working class white man.
But hold on.
Who's that little minister who got stabbed by that NDL guy? Yeah, that is
the white chick that got killed.
Yeah, no, the MP. She was an MP.
Yeah. I can't remember her name, but yeah. And what did he scream out? What did he scream out? He screamed out something, innit? Like Britain First or something. He
was a part. They linked him up with Toby Robbins. That's why.
Yeah.
and there was no clothes, and he come up with the other group.
Idiot.
And then,
No,
and
no. That's way before. That's before the EDO
Yeah.
closed. I mean, that's after the EDO. He distanced himself from the EDO still. But yeah, I hear your point. Your point still stands. But then I think we got to change our minds and start agreeing that it does look like people like Toby Robinson are gonna be made to be the white equivalent of the terror threat. And as much as it may be good for some of you black folks or you brown folks that are scared of the message he brings, you don't understand. If you allow that to happen, then you're actually, and they've been telling man, if you fight for Tommy's freedom of speech, you're fighting for all freedom of speech. Man didn't want to hear it, but it's actually appearing to be real. This is the way they're making it. Bruv, remember, you don't have to like man's message or what man stands for, yeah? But if we shut him down from speaking, then yeah, what do you think they're going to do to you? They're doing it on purpose. You're not going to support Tommy. You're not going to support his freedom of speech because he's saying stuff you don't like.
I love that. Do you look at your community and tell me how many fucking leaders have we got standing up for us right now? None. Do you know why? We all went through it from fucking the 70s and before that, bruv. Yeah, when we were starting to stand up from in the 70s and early 80s, bro, no matter if we went under this ideology of Rasta, we got fucking fucked. Most of the men went to jail for speaking, bro. Not for doing any actions. It's just the ideologies. So it's always happened. That's why no one don't talk up in the black community. The only time we ever did was like what we did as gang. And as you said, Jed, we'd have been on the list.
Yeah, you end up at the Peckham 5 or the New Cross 4 or the you go and say or the Tottenham 11. You know what I mean? Like fuck.
Or the No Growth 9. Or the British Black Panthers. Come on, bro. We could just go around. Or the
we just be in jail. Yeah, we just be coming out of jail now. Like fuck.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Fucked up.
That's why us in our community, no one is stand up and take that risk. They say jail, especially as a freedom fighter.
That's why everyone's asking, like, yeah. Well, like, gang, you should still do, yeah. You go out on the street and you do that. Do you get what I'm saying? I think just doing it once enough, do you get what I'm saying, to give to people the example of what they can do for themselves was good enough. But if you think we're going to keep constantly going out there, putting ourselves at liberty with feds watching us the whole time, no, man, I don't know.
You're talking about gang. You're talking about gang, right?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. I'll be real. It wasn't like it. That the strategy of our awareness raising and that was not meant to be long term. Yeah,
no,
not a long term strategy, because what was going to happen is eventually we're going to end up being pitted against the law by staging and things and blah blah blah, and which is cool. We're down, but it's the aim is not to get stigmatized by the police before we've actually got to do the work. So we got to work smarter than, do you know what I mean? Because obviously some of the things we did were like stopping traffic and that, Extinction Rebellion and that have taken that on, and now they're getting kind of criminalized, carted off, arrested. I think it would have been harder to do that with a bunch of black boys or black men or black urban community. It would have been a lot harder to do that, simply because the minute you do that, it's gonna go viral. It's gonna create an uproar. So they won't do that until they're ready and they've got things in place.
Yeah, and you know what they will do in place? They will send some fucking local agents and pump them amongst us.
Yeah, and make them smash some stuff up or something.
And make them do some pay them to do some local madness in our names, and we get them fucked, you know. Yeah, and that's what happens to all of these organizations. Yeah, they can plant their youths within us. Yeah, especially. You. All it takes is maybe 2 youths, and we'd have been fucked up.
All right, let me just read some of these things. Happy New Day to you lot. I beg you lot, hit that like button for me, man. Hit that like button. How can there be a bias when it's the government who sent Tommy to jail? Prove they don't work with Tommy. It doesn't prove they don't work with Tommy. I mean, I'm just saying, innit? It doesn't prove that they don't work with Tommy. Just people going to jail. That shouldn't convince us, because we saw a man's jail sentence, innit? Saw a man's jail sentence, like Ross Kemp went and showed man's jail sentence, innit? Yeah, man's eating fruit with flat screen TV in his cell, innit? Like protected. Get me, man like me. They're gonna put
Yeah,
me
this
in
is
Gen Pop.
way
They're
up.
gonna put me in Gen Pop, man. Yeah,
Mm.
they're gonna put me in Gen Pop. You don't get me?
Normal.
They gave him special set of circumstances, and I think that was wise. But let's not front like that's not jail. That's not jail.
Bro,
That's
they
how you
gave
guys
him
work.
free canteen, everything, bro. Yeah, fucking another psyops.
Anyway,
Sure.
but
Yeah,
anyway,
he got smack on the wrist. Smack on the wrist is doesn't
that's not
equivalent.
jail. That's not
Listen,
Taylor.
you're in jail,
Taylor,
but
you
you're
gotta
not
watch your back. In Daylas, you gotta watch your back. Hold on. Yo, 1 2 1 2.
Yo, I can hear you.
Yeah. In Jailas, you got to keep one eye open. In Jailas, things go from 0 to 60. You got to deal with other criminals, and you got to have, and that's part of the punishment. Thinking, I don't want to be locked up constantly with other criminals. Some more violent than me, some more with less IQ than me, with less to lose than me. That's the biggest part of being in jail. The punishment is being around madmen. Like madman, having madman come in your cell. Get me? They're like, yeah, sorry, Jones is gonna have to move in. You're like, yeah, all right, cool. What on Jones? You cool? Like, yeah, cool. 6 o'clock in the evening, my man's chatting to himself. You're like, fuck, say Jones thought he was cool. Yeah. Now Jones is chatting to himself. Cellmate chatting to himself. Cellmate doing this. Cellmate like, no. Cellmate trying to dash the whole TV at man one time. I had to bun man up. I had to bun man up with a coffee. Bust his head with the flask. He was rocking in the cell.
I know the power of words from jail, because a man can make man commit suicide in the next cell. So,
from out of a window and that.
Yeah, just from words.
Words, it's crazy.
Words have power, man. Fuck's sake. Jail is
but anyway, so I'm just saying, freedom of speech. I'm gonna definitely say that as much as we don't want terrorists on our street, and I think we can all agree we don't want these fuck faces on our streets. Yeah. At the same time, we got to be careful who we're labeling with this. Yeah, we got to be careful who we're labeling with these terminologies, because it could backfire on some of our beloved speakers. Do you know what I mean?
But Jeds, seeing this paragraph here is very important to understand when they're telling you they're dealing with terrorism. Like when we look at this word terrorism, we have to know that knife crime, gun crime is also gonna fit in that shit. Yeah, they already done this gang matrix. These are the things what people need to understand. Is war on terror or counter-terrorism deals with gang, deals with organized crime, and all of that is going to be under one umbrella, fam. So continue. But guess what? As I said, hold on and continue. That's my trademark, fam. Anybody uses that word, I'm gonna fucking sue you. Yeah.
Hey. Hold on.
Copyright infringement.
He says, hold on. Wait. Good question. He asks, what ethnicity was the victims who got stabbed? I don't know. You lot tell me, bro. I actually don't know.
And you know what? They didn't even tell no one that already, bro. They haven't said they were black, white, or eight. But I gotta be real. Streatham is very multicultural. It's not a black fucking community. It's not an Asian community. It's not a Somali community.
It's why I wonder why you'd pick Streatham, though. But I found a reason for why Streatham. Why Streatham? Because he fucking got moved from Northwest London on his terror thing and got moved up to Leon Court Road.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, when he came out of jail. Now, I want to know, how do you get housed when you come out of jail? Because I've been jail bare times. They never housed me once.
I'm telling you, terror watch.
I'm gonna be real with you. That you most probably had somebody who, the person who was dealing with that was linked with the housing, probation, linked with the was definitely linked with the law system, definitely linked up with that. So as he come out, he was housed, bro, in a place where it was a secure housing that it was Liverpool. Yeah, so I'm just saying.
Was it secure housing? You said.
Yeah. That was,
are you sure?
When I say secure housing,
I heard it was in the estate. I heard it was in the estate, that big estate on Lincoln Court Road.
No, it wasn't. It was just near there, bro. just near
Are
there.
you sure? You sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason why, fam, I know that area very,
Yeah,
very
I know the
well.
area too, and I was
So
speaking to some
I'm just
people.
saying.
I was in Bricky yesterday, innit? So
Yeah.
as long as you
Hold
know,
on,
innit? Go on,
Jedi,
fam.
the picture they showed you little fucking like a little gate and everything on that thing. It looked like a safe house. That's how it looked to me. It's not, and maybe 2 yards up. That's where the estate, like you could go into the estate in Lim Court Road Estate. Yeah. So I'm just saying that it looked like a safe house. But to me, it could have been flats. People don't know that. I think it's a psyops, Jedi fam. That's me personally. Like we wouldn't know it was a safe house. I'm just saying that. I'm saying it's a safe house, but I'm being real and saying, you know what?
What
It
going
could
for
be
these surveillance?
what?
Yeah?
Yes, if surveillance, a man's
The guy on the bridge was doing a course, you get me, and he was being watched. You get me?
Yeah.
They watch a lot of people, but it seems like, boy, when they're about to do their thing, they just suddenly turn to the left. Do you get me? And let them do what they do. Mad thing.
Jedi, it's so funny, but when they was talking about the surveillance, yeah, they're saying he was followed. He went and stabbed the first victim, no reaction. As he stabbed the second thing, they're saying that one of the police was so, he didn't know what to do. He was like running around, bro, you're a fucking trained fucking licensed firearm police. Why are you running around, sir? If you knew in your radio, you could have took him out. You could have took him out. Bro, it's bare fucking psyops, bro, all the
But
way through.
can I tell you who it's peak for? Can I tell you who it's peak for? It's peak for man like Adnan Rashid. It's peak for Ali Dawa. It's peak for Tawhid and the rest. And it's peak for those type of man. Because where you're getting bans before, now they're probably gonna lock man up. You know what I'm saying? Indefinitely. It's gonna be a mad thing, fam. I'm telling you. Yeah, the Arab and Asian community, bruv, you're gonna get thrown under the bus too. You better recognize, like, this is not just gonna be aimed at the black community. Nah, ethnic minorities. You get me? All foreigners. You get me? Moroccan or otherwise. It's peak. Don't act up. Don't mess about, because they're gonna be onto man, and they're talking about locking man up indefinitely. They used to lock man in the police station. And the time went up 60 days. You know what I mean? Now they can. Now
30 days. They went to 60 days, then it's 90 days now, yeah? So remember, Maku, this is the problem. See, South, first issues you had Brixton with the bombing, then it went to Tooting. Man got caught up with Terrorism Act. Now it went over to, there were 2 events in Tooting, and Tooting and Streatham is not even that half a mile away from each other. And Streatham now does have a strong what's it called again, Somali community, but you have to say I have to say it's just psyops, bro. Like Croydon, some of the stuff was a knife incident turned out to be a terrorist. So with this media reports, it's how it comes out to us, isn't it? Some of these cases has been called terrorism, and really they've been knife acts, bro. Man running on a bridge with a knife. Man running around Streatham with a knife. Do you get where I'm coming from? So all of this thing is getting into, bro, the things is gonna start coming into place, bro. Like more things is gonna start lighting up.
All right, let me finish this quick article. We're gonna whiz through the rest, yeah? Big up everyone in the building. Please hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Do you know what I mean? Different flavors for different ravers. We just do our thing organically over here. Everyone's welcome. This ain't a one-sided community. This is not just for the urban community. This is for the suburban community too, for the city community, for the country community, metropolitan community, the ghetto community. What's it? Yeah. For the poor, for the poor youths in the housing estates, and those that don't live in the estates, those that live in townhouses and masonettes, yeah, the poor ones, and for the rich youths as well, yeah. So the rich youths, the ballers in the council estates as well, that bought their flat, whose mum bought the flat, and that, in other words, they're them too.
Bossy. They've got mortgage in the house. Yeah. Don't lie. Yeah, blood. I'm looking equity.
The rural community, yeah, all of them. The Yorkshire community, come on, the Black Country, the Moors, can't forget the Moors, Black Country, the Highlands community, can't forget them. Come on,
big up them.
big up those, big up the man them, the valleys, yeah, the Welsh guys in the valleys and that, boyo, yeah, and mush, the mushes and the boyos. Yeah, the Isles, the British Isles. Yeah, man. Big up yourself. I'm supposed to go and view something today as well. A little proper thing.
Yeah.
Bro, yeah. I'm probably gonna make it still, even though I shouldn't, man, because I'm so tired. All right. Anyway, please hit up the PayPal. Show a little love. The donations. If you want to phone in and have your say, you got something to say. The number is 07417. Sorry, let me start again. 07471 157 591. It's in the description. It's in the title. You know what I mean? The number's there. Call up. Come chat to us. I don't care what community you're part of. Come and have your say, man. Yeah. Let me just finish this thing off real quick. I'm sure there are people who would view this as controversial, a number 10 source said. But we are in a position where in the space of a few months, we have people leaving prison and in a very short period of time trying to murder members of the public. That can't be sustainable. The government also announced emergency legislation to prevent the automatic release of terrorist prisoners and ensure those already in jail undergo risk assessments before being freed. Officials would not confirm how many inmates would be affected by the plans, which fly in the face of warnings by the parole board and other official agencies about rampant terrorist networking and radicalization inside British prisons. The Streatham stabbing was the third terror attack in just over 2 months to be carried out by convicted terrorists in Britain, following the assaults at Fishmongers Hall in London and inside HMP Whitemoor. We went over that Whitemoor thing. Amman's mother said he had become more religious since being jailed in December 2018, and that she believed he had been radicalized further while at HMP Belmarsh. Just days before the attack, the independent reviewer of terrorism legislation said jail provides a perfectly receptive and captive audience for recruitment. Jonathan Hall, QC, said an event in Parliament that doesn't mean that prison is not the right remedy, but its consequences must be addressed, including, as the HMP Whitemoor attack shows, recognizing that terrorism offending does not stop at the prison door, and there is no automatic job done when a terrorist is behind bars. Last month, the Independent revealed up to 800 inmates have been flagged for extremism concerns, almost 4 times the number of terrorist prisoners, and officers felt too stretched to spot radicalization. Yeah, so the parole board saying it's a risk to assess terror convicts who will become eligible for release at the 2/3 points of their sentence rather than halfway. The underlying principle has to be that offenders will no longer be released early automatically, and that any release before the end of their sentence will be dependent on risk assessment by the parole board. So yeah, they're bringing back the IPP just in a different way. Do you know what I mean? And like, let me just remind you, terrorism is a broad terminology. Please don't let these poster boys, these so-called jihadis, be the poster boys. It could be it could be a lot more complex than that. People that are out there to save chickens and shit, Greenpeace and that, they're terrorists too. Extinction Rebellion, they're terrorists.
Man,
just be careful, man.
Yeah,
I'm saying, innit?
All the range, man.
And most of us in our right minds are not going to be calling for justice for people that we think are just going to turn up in the high street and start stabbing. And that's understandable. But maybe this is why it's done in this way, why the news is reported in this way, and why events, this is what they call the Hegelian dialectic. Yeah. Problem, reaction, solution. Yeah. It's 101, it's textbook. Just the signs are everywhere. You know, every time there's a huge deal made about some event and it's labeled with terrorism, the laws change. We give up a little bit more of our freedom. Yeah, we give up a little bit more of our privacy. We give up a little bit more of our anonymity, and we say that's a fair exchange in order for us to be safe. But as we can see, these men are on lists. These men are getting followed around. They actually got armed officers following them, and they're still harming us. They're still harming members of the public. So there's no guarantee on our safety. Giving up all this privacy, and you're not any safer. If a random man wants to leave his house with a knife and go out and hurt somebody, there's very little that anyone could do. If he's not been picked up, if his websites are not been picked up or whatever, he's gonna hit the roads and do what he wants. Now, and this is my concern is, yeah, if this level of terrorism is actually real, these individuals no longer connected to big cells or whatever, why is this not happening on a daily basis? We know last week, one of our sisters, her friend, on the way to pick up her child, stabbed in the neck, killed. Yeah, that wasn't on any news. That wasn't anywhere. I didn't read about it nowhere. Yeah, it was very, very low key. Like there was probably like one article that man picked up on it. But this is a serious thing when mothers are being murdered in the street by knife men. That's not getting the coverage that this did. Why? Why? Because there's a certain narrative to do with knives and our safety that needs to keep getting compounded, because fear is obviously the #1 currency that our leaders, our oppressors trade in. It's fear. That's the first frequency they want you to be receptive to, is the fear frequency. Do you know what I mean? Because just know how random it can be. Like someone picking up a knife and deciding, you know what, I'm just going to do this. If you don't speak to no one, you don't say nothing to no one, how are you going to stop it? If there's this many people being radicalized, there'd be people getting stabbed up left, right, and center by these men and saying that they did it for their God. But it's not happening. So maybe we got to look at what is actually really happening. Who are these people? What's their actual motives? Who's been in contact with them? Who's grooming them or whatever? Like, what is actually going on here? Because I think this is like strange.
Yeah, and Jez, most of it is political motive behind the religious act. If they say, you know what I mean, it's political as well, bro. Like religious and political as well, fam. Because you gotta find out some of these people coming from certain movements, certain organizations, so within the religious sector as well, bro.
Okay,
like they got
he'd been followed by undercover officers who had trailed him from his probation hostel when he grabbed a knife from a shop, removed it from his packaging, and started stabbing passers-by in Streatham on Sunday. That's how easy it is. So are you telling me that if he wasn't being followed, then what? Just bare man would have just got stabbed up?
Bare man.
I refuse to let this guy stab me though. I'm telling you, I'm busting your head with a fucking trolley. Yeah, if you stab someone near me and I realize what's going on. Oh yeah, but he's apparently had this fake belt thing in it, vest thing. That's gonna make people think, fuck, he's gonna blow himself up if I come for him.
Oh, I see.
Well, someone reported that. I've not heard it really in this since, but yeah, someone reported it was in one paper that I read that he had a fake explosive belt on. But anyway, man, let's move on from this tosser. I'm sure there'll be more coming out in the near future. But yeah, man, it's just one to watch in terms of where it means for our laws and our freedoms, and how willing are we to give up our freedoms in the guise of being able to trying to stop somebody who could randomly walk in any shop, get a knife, take it out of its packaging, and just start stabbing. Do you know what I mean? How do you police that? What websites do you ban to stop someone doing that? Do you know what I mean? What sentences are you gonna give, man? Or extra? It's mad.
And there's no law to say you can't buy a knife.
Yo, Boaty, what one?
Good morning, gentlemen. It's good to see you all.
Happy
not
New
see
Day.
you all. I just something that intrigued me was, you know, you mentioned the Peckham Five, I think, and sort of these great injustices that happened in the past. Can they happen these days with DNA, with CCTV? Can those kind of injustices happen these days? I would suggest that probably not. Do you know, in the past, the Guildford Four, the Birmingham Six, they had confessions beaten out of them. It would seem that they were taken to, some have suggested, Paddington Green Police Station, and they were literally, a confession was smashed out of them. They were beaten out of them over a period of days. Can that, surely that kind of thing couldn't happen today?
And do you know what? In most cases, it might all could.
I don't know, man. I mean, yeah, I think in modern day justice, yes, miscarriages of justice can still happen and are still happening, because they can use DNA, but DNA can also be problematic. Finding DNA can be the be all and end all of some cases, but not necessarily the truth of the matter. In many cases, you find one set of DNA at scene of a crime, and then that's an open and shut case. And then later on, when that scenery is revisited or the evidence is revisited, you find in a second contributor to DNA. But this time, someone's already done a bit of a bird before that comes out. Oh, do you know what I mean? Or an appeal. At the end of the day, the Court of Appeal is still very much busy. Yeah, and convictions and sentences are being overturned as we speak. So there's definitely still going to be miscarriages of justice, regardless of what technology does. We cannot rely on technology alone as a burden of proving the guilt. Sometimes we need a bit of human common sense involved in there as well.
I just want to touch something there. There is still miscarriages of justice when it comes to police officers where you could call considered as plainclothes, jumping out of their cars, punching up people, going in police cells. There's a lot of injustice nowadays with people being killed in police cells. That's still continuing.
Is that still happening today? Because I thought that they had. Because I thought they had all kinds of protections.
Hold on.
I mean, I thought that was one of the reasons. Forgive me, but do you know, in 1981, I thought that one of the reasons for the 1981 riots was that an awful lot of people, especially in the black community in Brixton and in Tottenham, were saying that people were being taken to police stations and they were getting hammered. They were getting, and so the government went to enormous lengths to actually allow members of the black community to visit police stations to stop that kind of thing. Are you saying that still happens?
Yeah.
Are we saying? Are you saying? What are you asking? Hold on, wait. Are you asking if police officers are still beating up people in police stations?
Yeah,
they are. And people are still dying in police custody. Yeah. To date, we have over 333 deaths in police custody of white, black, and Asian people with 0 convictions.
Forgive my ignorance, and I'm asking this because I don't know. But the thing is that I know that in some instances, you know, you'll get somebody that arrives at the police station and they're seriously drunk and they're just lashing out at everyone. Now, in those circumstances, you know, the thing is it's going to take a lot of hefty blokes to actually try and subdue that person. Do you know what I'm saying? And in those
his chest, give him an illegal chokehold in a shop. How about that? How about wait? Forget about the police station. How about a teenager? Yeah, a teenager being tackled to the floor. Yeah, and being strangled to death in a corner shop.
That happened?
Of course it happened.
Yeah.
Strangled to death?
Yeah, in an illegal chokehold.
I know that happened in America with the cigarette seller.
It happened over here in East London.
It happens everywhere, but it happened over here.
Then you got another guy who's actually registered as schizophrenic, was brought to search by the police. When what happened, they put him in a legal chokehold in Brixton police station. His sister has took his case to the High Court and fighting for his case for over 10 years. Her name was called Marcia, and she was and her brother was a schizophrenic from South London. But the whole problem is this: he was put in a legal chokehold in Brixton police station, and that is been. This is what has been going on. As we've tried to tell you, these things are ongoing cases over here, not just with black people, but with brown and other people in other communities.
Yeah. We're getting shot now. It's easier. They're just shooting us now.
They're shooting you now, or tasing you too much while you got chest problems and all sorts of stuff.
Oh man, they shot Mark Duggan, man. Come on.
Yeah.
No playing games. Send the whole country in an uproar.
I wonder. You know, I'm not trying to justify that, but I'm just playing devil's advocate. If you have to subdue someone, you have to use an enormous amount of force, and someone. The thing is that if I suddenly kicked off and JEDI had to subdue me because I was causing damage or hurt to someone else, he might actually do more harm than he had intended. Now, he wouldn't intend to kill me, but because he's such a big fella, he might inadvertently, accidentally kill me to actually subdue me. I'm not justifying this.
No, I hear you, and that's a valid point. An untrained member of the public could cause more harm than good in trying to subdue someone. The difference is when you are paid and trained, to know the correct procedures, those kind of excuses go out the window. When you're a paid professional, it's like a bit like saying, if JEDI was to fly this plane, he could crash it. And we'd be like, yeah, all right, that's cool. But a pilot goes through rigorous training. A policeman should be going through rigorous trainings of what they call restraint and control and restraint, right? Police officers go through it. All kinds of law enforcement go through it. Even social workers go through it. Youth workers go through it. Prison officers go through it. And this is something that is supposed to safeguard not only the public, but the actual police force. And when you're doing UFC type chokes, rear naked chokes that have nothing to do with what you were trained and ways you were trained, I'm sorry, but you need to be made accountable. And the problem is the officers are not being made to be accountable. I mean, we've gone off on a tangent, but they're not getting convicted for not doing their jobs correctly. And I think when a train driver has a crash, or an airplane crashes, we always look to the pilot. Test the pilot, rare. A lorry crashes, we want to breathalyze, we want to test. Everybody's always held accountable when they're going about their job and they have an error. But when it comes to the police force, they investigate themselves. The IPCC, it's just like a further arm of the fucking police. They're not independent at all. They investigate themselves and they exonerate themselves. You've seen time and time and time again, even down to one of the most recent mainstream cases, which was the murder of Mark Duggan, which was a murder. And the officers are given anonymity, they're protected, and they actually go back to work. And this is where it's not being addressed and met head on. I agree, man. I've seen, like, you know what I mean? If you're actually a police officer and you're trying to do your job, I agree. But I think most of us have been on the other end of a heavy-handed, overzealous police officer. And even if we haven't all been brutalized or beaten up or murdered, we all now start getting the picture. Okay. So if this could happen to me, imagine what's happened to X and Y and blah, blah, blah. Boaty, I don't know if you've ever been on the other end or on the receiving end of police brutality.
No.
Do you? No. You probably have friends that have been been unduly roughed up or treated badly by the police, though.
No, no, no. I'm not. I'm not. No, that no.
You don't have, and you have no friends.
I don't have that experience, so I don't know. So you're telling me stuff that I didn't know.
Okay, yeah, and that's why it's good for us to have these conversations. I mean, what I'd like to tell you though is that please don't think that this is an isolated incident to the urban community. Yeah, this is not just a poor youth in the estates issue. This is happening more and more when members of the public come into contact with the police force. Yeah,
and the public. Just
go on. Sorry, brother.
Like what I was trying to explain. Yeah, the law says you can use reasonable force, but it's a line what's cutted somehow for those people who's in the law to use excessive force, because some police officers will exaggerate the reason why he's using that excessive force.
Stop resisting! Stop resisting! Stop resisting! Stop trying to go for my taser! Stop trying to go for my taser! Don't try and reach for my pepper spray. That's what they got to shout out.
Thank you.
So
what they do that, and that excuses them to even turn around and kill you, snap your fucking spine, or break your fucking neck, break your arms. That is their excuse, that full excuse right there. Stop resisting. So reasonable force become to excessive force, that young kid dies. And that is the story been going on.
And then it's simply a case of whoops. Oops.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh well.
I remember.
And then Joe Public is like, well, that guy, and then this is what they do, Boaty. This is some things that happen which may cause a young man of such as yourself to disassociate and maybe reduce the amount of empathy you have for the victim. Would be they'll throw in, oh, he was in a gang, or a picture they'll use of him will be one of him looking mean or menacing or straight-faced or doing some kind of gun symbol or some kind of
Instagram picture or something. Yeah,
right. Yeah. So like this is how they use propaganda to work the minds of the public, so the public don't actually realize that this is happening to innocent people. But what I've seen happen time and time again is members of Joe Public for the first time are confronted with the harsh reality of what the police force is like when they think no one's looking, and they're disgusted, and it usually turns them full anti the police force when they see the reality themselves. And I've seen it so many times. Middle class white woman, middle class white man, they end up on the other side of this police brutality, and they realize, fuck, my white privilege actually does not.
It goes out the window.
These guys actually act like terrorists in uniform. When you realize that they are disassociated from the citizen, from the British citizen, not just 1 second, bro. Yeah, not just the underclass, not just a working class, but literally, if they've got the green light, they will fucking do you, and it doesn't matter. And you see the posh women all the time. Oh my god, you're hurting me. You are. Oh my god, ah! They have complete meltdowns because before this, they thought the police was out to protect and serve them. Now they're on the other end, reality flooding in. They're having a fucking panic attack. I can't believe it. The very people I thought would save me are the ones that are fucking doing me in. I'm going, Rambo.
That point, you got you had working class. I shouldn't even say working class. You had the middle class people from the 60s, 70s as the poll tax kicked off, and they've got their fucking head bust with the club. Then they realized that their white privilege went out the window. Ever since then, they realized that police and them ain't friends. So it's happened on both sides of the. It happens in all sides of the community, and even today, you would, no matter how your ego is, when the police is coming for you to get your shit, the police don't serve you at all. The police will blatantly tell you they don't serve you, and that's the problem.
I think another thing is that in the white community, like people who are like considered hippies and Greenpeace and that, those people have definitely experienced police brutality. While you're chaining yourself to a tree, you know what I mean? trying to say,
is
like,
that Maku? Is that Maku?
yeah, speaking.
Sorry, I don't mean to jump in there, but one
Yeah.
thing you may actually find there is that, you know,
Mm.
with Extinction Rebellion, they're
Oh yeah,
nice.
they're getting it.
They're nice, but they're nice middle class people,
Yeah.
and I would suggest to you that they that could probably afford expensive lawyers and stuff. And I would suggest to you that you'll probably find the police are very, very even-handed and very, very nice to climate protesters, because
but
the middle class in a way that they might not be to a poor.
Okay. So
I hear that.
so you saying that you are agreeing that with class comes a different level of treatment.
Yes, I am.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. Then
and actually, you know, your experience of the police is probably entirely different to my own. That's what I'm hearing here.
are you? Would you make this statement? I mean, it's a bit. I'm prying a bit. Would you say that we're maybe that we have a class divide between us? Would you?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Oh, you know, I'm a sort of a working class guy that's sort of done all right. That's
All right.
done okay.
So you're upwardly mobile then.
So my dealings with the police have always been, these are citizens in uniform. They are always incredibly polite to me. They're always, you know, they're just decent, nice people. And what I'm hearing here is that they're maybe not as nice to you.
Everyone, yeah. And by me, I mean the working class white man, the working class Asian woman, the working class black man, and those below the poverty line. That's me. Like, and as in demographically, I represent a wide assortment of different types of people. Yeah, and yeah, we usually do come off the worst when it comes to our interaction with the police, because the main thing about police is, yeah, they're not really upholding common law and human rights. They actually out there actioning maritime law, admiralty law, financial law. So they're out there.
Property.
They're out there. Yeah, they're out there protecting property. They're out there raising funds for Great Britain PLC. Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're actually out there raising money, and they're raising money like they're old school tax collectors. They're raising money from Joe Public, because most of the things that we do get harassed by cost us money in fines and whatnot. Do you know what I mean? Or generate money by us going into the prison system, going into the criminal justice system, which therefore keeps them in a job. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And they have targets. They have so many arrests they have to do in a year.
Yeah.
And that's why they target us. They know that long as we live in housing estates, run down, deprived, there's no jobs. Let's look at that way in the community. There's no jobs, poor housing. There's hardly no economical, where crime will be high. That is where they make the money. They will come to us. We feed them. We clothe their families, and we keep them in their jobs, because they're nowhere to come to make our money. They could stop us on the road, know that we will get done for any traffic violations. It's not about criminality like we're going out mugging everybody. Let's talk about stuff like not having a right ticket for the train. Fine. Why don't we talk about British Transport Police? They're making the money. And we could talk about the traffic police with the points on people's licenses and the convictions, the probation, the community service. All of that is what the police eats off.
The thing is, the thing is, let's getting it back more to the point of the violence. There is a constant. It's a trauma to me in my life. It's a psychological trauma and emotional trauma. Yeah, that the police equal the increased possibility of harm coming to my person. Yeah, so most of my interaction with the police, I would say, is under duress by threat of harm. The threat of harm is often implied within the first 3-4 minutes. I'd say within 2 minutes of interacting with a police officer, the subliminal threat of harm has been thrown my way, and that is the main reason why we have a inability to cohabit.
Can I put something to you? Look, supposing you've got, is it in sometimes that because you have this antipathy, you have this sort of the fear of danger, really, that something bad is going to happen because you're interacting with
it's called experience.
Right, but the thing is that when you interact with a policeman, your guard's up. You may be coming across as being a little bit. I'm not justifying it, but I'm just trying to put something to you that
cool.
that you know what they actually see is somebody that outwardly looks hostile. That's somebody that's maybe very standoffish, maybe a little bit rude to them, a little bit, and you have every right to be rude to them in certain circumstances.
Yeah.
The thing is that. So you present a problem to them, so their guard goes up, and instead of two individuals reacting, and you can be extremely reasonable, you are articulate, you are intelligent. Instead of that, what they actually see is a big black guy with a real attitude, and they sort of think, I'm having this.
Cool.
I'm not justifying
that. No. It's a good argument, and one that
and that's not right, you know.
No. It's a good argument. It's a good perspective, and it's one that has been definitely raised many a time, and I am robust in countering that argument, because unfortunately I've had to become very equipped, very self-aware of how I carry myself, how I speak, and how I conduct myself around these officers of the peace, because they are not very peaceful. I've had to take on the burden, of dulling down my natural responses, and putting my own human rights on the back burner, because I am aware that those that are paid, those that have taken oaths, and those that are in positions of responsibility in the society I live in are not as learned and not as skilled as in interacting as I am. I am by far a much better skilled in interacting with the public than the police are. And I've had to learn these skills, and many of us have had to learn these skills. Unfortunately, those that don't learn these skills are usually victimized more often than not. At least when I deal with the police, I have a 50-50 chance of escaping that interaction with my life or with my all my faculties and my health, because I present myself in a manner that means that I can't be violated as easily. Usually I will pull out a camera. Usually I will stay in a well-lit public place. Usually I will call members of the public to witness the interaction. Usually I will refuse to engage with them and match the tone that they address me at. I won't match. I won't try to be too threatening. Not too much eye contact. I'll be very careful not to gesticulate when I talk, because we know that these highly trained public servants, are very intimidated, very scared of the members of the public that they're supposed to be serving. And so it's now become the public's job to navigate how they deal with their servants, which is a strange fucking position I find myself in.
I'm not justifying. I'm not.
Right.
Yeah,
so wait. Right. So one. Let's deal with the police interaction with their bosses. Now, for me personally, I go into work. I deal with my boss. Good afternoon, boss. Good morning, boss. How are you, boss? 3 bags full, boss. Yes. Because ultimately I want to keep my job. That's my employer. That's the person that puts money in my account so I can put bread on the table, right? So I'm gonna have the utmost etiquette, and I'm gonna take my time when I'm interacting with them. I'm gonna be very cautious of my interaction with my boss. Professional. This is something. This is an onus. This is a behavior set that does not apply to the police. Oh no. to the contrary, being that we are the taxpayer, being that they work for us, being that they have taken an oath to uphold the peace, yeah, they will, by any means necessary, try to overstep my human rights. They will try to encroach on my human rights. They will refuse to adhere to their training. They will bend the law. They will break the law. They will be rude, intimidating, offensive, aggressive. Yeah. Anytime they will threaten me with weapons.
Yeah,
they'll threaten me with weapons. And this is just not how you treat people that you work for. The onus should be on a police officer that is earning that money, yeah, to keep the public safe. The onus would be on them to be trained to the hilt. I've seen McDonald's staff better trained in customer service, yeah, than the police, or dealing with the public than the police.
Facts.
And this is an issue, yeah. They've forgotten their job description, which is public servant.
I'm not going to justify bad policing, and I'm not going to justify thugs, sadistic bastards that are on a power trip that want to just put you down, perhaps because of the color of your skin. And if that's happened, that's a bad thing. That's and it should be rooted out, and these people should be dismissed. But part of me sort of understands that being a copper is a pretty difficult, nasty job where they're dealing with all sorts of people, very often people that are on the fringes of the law, perhaps not always the nicest people in the world. And they have to observe the law to the letter. And if they make one silly slip up or one silly mistake, it could actually end their career. So an interaction with you.
That's not true.
Can I just say something quickly? In most cases, the police doesn't really know the law themselves. In most cases, you would have to remind the police of their job, of what they're supposed to be doing. There's many cases when the police stops you, if you know the law, you find out that the police doesn't know what he's doing. And this is what happens in most times, that as the police leaves Hendon, or wherever academy comes from, and he gets that uniform and he steps out, he's playing and he's doing dibble dabbles. I've got to be honest with you, most cops, most police over here does not even know what they're doing. That's the truth.
Rambo, go on, please carry on.
No, I'm just saying, in most cases, I have to tell police what their job's about. Like, you know what? You are here to serve
and
me.
now they're armed with cameras. Now they being armed with the cameras is supposed to be protecting the members of the public. But what you find is, again, remember, police officers, they're just humans. And I think our society has made a wrong turn with this whole law enforcement idea. I think what we've done is restrict the everyday man of their ability to police themselves and govern themselves. And we've now lended credence to a society where we're essentially just fucking babies, infants. Do you know what I mean? And we don't actually have adult status. If you look at what adult status is in the law, we don't have that. We are not that. We are babies. We are wards of the state. We are the children that sucked from the teat of the jackal, and that's what we are. And the police are there to be our adult guardians now. And they treat us as such.
But it's very difficult to get that balance right. I'll give you an example. Yeah, well, yeah. But just look. I'm not. I'll give you an example. Do you know stop and search?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of stop and search. Knife crime goes down because people are being stopped. Knives and people are less
I will challenge you,
carry weapons because there's a higher probability.
Okay.
Now I know that both of you are going to be quite angry that
no,
because you're
what I just want you to do,
that's going
let's go to the statistics.
That's going to give bad policemen an excuse to actually
let's just go to statistics of stop and search. Let's go to the statistics.
How do we balance that up?
No. We got to go to the statistics of stop and search, boy. Yeah, and we got to see if what you're saying is actually true, because it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, you stop and search more people. People are afraid to carry weapons and that. However, the problem is who's getting stop and searched?
Black people.
Yeah, who's
disproportionately.
more likely to be carrying weapons and drugs?
Well, you see,
White people. White people.
White people.
White people. There's many reasons for this as well. One, we got to remember that black people are 2.6 of the population. Let's just remember that. Yeah. Highly overrepresented when it comes to stop and search statistics. Let's now go to the results of stop and searches. Do we know that I think it's something as high as 6 out of 10 white people that are stopped and searched for drugs and weapons are proven to be in possession, whereas just 2% of those black people that are stopped and searched are in possession of illegal items. We go up to the fact that white people are 3 times more likely to be in possession of drugs and weapons, but then black people are something like 60% or 60 or 70% of the conviction rates of having such articles on them. The statistics are there. The national crime statistics are there. Easy for us to break down. They give us easy little pie charts and stuff like that. You can see how disproportionate it is. Yeah. Secondly, the stop and searches that's been going on. I mean, if you're stopping and searching a car, how are you gonna stop knife crime? If we did stop and searches, how is that going to stop knife crime?
I'm terribly sorry. I don't follow your argument.
Okay. So you feel like
rephrase that.
You get stopped in the street, right?
Yeah.
You get stopped in the street and you're searched. That is in itself, you think, is going to reduce knife crime, because what we're going to do is we're going to stop and search every black person or every black male. So, for instance, is that the solution to knife crime? Is that how we're going to reduce knife crime?
See, I'm ignorant of this stuff, and I'm going to have a look at the statistics, right? Because it's interesting. The thing is, though, the thing is that I wonder whether policemen have to operate. They use statistics to actually target crimes. So therefore, I thought that they looked at who's committing most of the knife crime, and they actually this section of the community, right? So they then target that particular section of the community. That's what I thought was going on. Now, maybe that's my sort of prejudice that's sort of thinking that, and I assumed that they'd actually come to the conclusion. They'd looked at the statistics and that they concluded, most knife crime is committed by, is black on black knife, stabbings in London, right? Therefore, if we target young black men, not old black women, or or middle-aged respectable sort of black men, but young black men in their teens.
The problem is you criminalize a whole section of society. And you criminalizing the young black men is an actual big issue, because the majority of young black men are not engaged in gang culture or knife crime. But what happens to them? So what happens to them? How do we differentiate? Because 10 years ago it was, well, if you wear a hoodie, what do you expect? Now we've got pictures. Now we've got pictures of your prime minister jogging along the street with a fucking hoodie on. Like, do you know what I mean? Oh well, if you're gonna wear a tracksuit, what do you expect? Oh, if you're gonna, do you know what I mean? If you're gonna stand on the corner, if you're gonna stand out, if you're just gonna stand in your estate, then what do you expect? And what happens is, normal people like you and I that are not engaged in knife crime, we end up getting victimized by the police in the name of stats. And this is a huge problem. This is what they call racial profiling. And what you'll find is there's more black convictions, there's more black stop and searches, but not because there's more black criminals. No, it's because the focus is being made in a certain section of society.
So what do you do though? But Jedi, what
You say about re-education. It ain't about criminalizing one group of people. Yeah, it's about re-education. The problem is, well, I think we're going down the road where eventually some smarty pants is going to be like, let's ban knives because we don't like to deal with the problem in England. Yeah, the problem is the social and economic circumstances of some of these young men. The problem is the housing of and things like that. These are, we got to get closer to the core. There's a lack of morality, or there's a shift in morality for us. Maybe if when
black kids are outperforming white kids in school, black working class kids are getting better exam results than white working class kids. Their life opportunities are now becoming better. Then that, I mean, that is statistically a fact. They are brighter. They are getting better results than white.
That doesn't stop them being targeted by the police force.
Yeah, but
there's a few bad guys in their section of society.
Can I just cut in here? Listen, the problem with it, yeah, I always say the school is the pipeline to the prison system. The problem, what you got to realize, sir, is that they always have targeted the youths from the 50s right up to recent eras. I believe that if you target youths and put them in the criminal system from early, they're more likely to become stuck in the system when they're in their 30s and 40s. This is the whole method, I believe. They target youth because they could put them in the criminal system from early. That's the whole point. It's more easy to convict
keep them in once they're in, once they're in.
A young youth doesn't know the law than an adult.
Can I say something?
An adult in jail is quicker than you can throw a young youth. You got to think about the bull stools.
Let me get in there. Let me get in there, bro. Just to I'm working with you on this point, because another thing could be like, all right, look, I don't know about you, Boaty. When I went to school, when I was in school days, I used to puff on a bit of ash. I don't know. Can you confirm or deny?
Yeah, no. I was a good Catholic boy. No.
Right. So, like I'm saying, right?
Disgraceful. Absolutely
behavior. Right. Now the problem with that though is, it's usually a phase that most people go through, right? Or kids go through, experimenting with little bits and bobs. Don't want to get into it. I'm not sanctioning it. I'm just saying kids experiment.
It happened.
This is what you do. Now the problem is, you being a black kid, that's outperforming your white counterparts at school, and actually on a good path. You walking home one day in your favorite leisure suit. Do you know what I mean? And you get pulled over in an area and you get pulled over or you get stopped, and it's like, well, a man matching your description, was seen to be carrying a knife, right? So now this could all be above board. But what happens now? This young man gets stopped and searched, and no, he doesn't have a knife. But guess what he does have? A bit of puff. Now he's going to have to go to court, and now he's going to end up with a caution or a criminal conviction based on the amount of puff that he's got. I mean, he could be outshining everybody at school and whatnot, but here we go. He's been criminalized by the system. Now the system doesn't show color. It's in black and white, right?
It's funny. I know somebody that something like that happened to them. A black guy who I know is a friend of mine, and exactly that happened. He was at Tottenham Court Road, and he suddenly some guys not in uniform just came up and just slammed him against the wall and started searching him, and really came down heavy on him.
Yeah.
And it turned out that there'd been some sort of street crime, some robbery or something like that, and matching his description. He was the only black guy.
Guess what the description is? Guess what the description is?
It was black.
Right. And this is the problem. This is the problem, man.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah,
Right,
this is the
right.
problem. And now,
But he said to me, he said my first instinct was to lash out, and he said if I'd done the wrong thing, he said my life would have gone down that road, and he said
Right.
because I just sort of bottled it all up and managed to keep a lid on it. He's actually now a magistrate, but the thing is, he's now a magistrate. But he deals out justice. The thing is that because he's seen both sides, it's funny. I've forgotten about that, and you're absolutely right. It's exactly what you've just explained.
And you know what? I'm glad you have a success story at the end of that, because too many times it's doom and gloom. Unfortunately, it's not a success story for majority of people that do come into contact with the police from early. It actually starts a pathway for them. That, do you know what I mean? I was criminalized at the age of 11. Yeah, slammed to the floor, handcuffed, brutalized by the police, and that was my induction to the police force. And it didn't go well.
Hasn't that changed though? Hasn't that changed, Rambo? Hasn't that changed? Haven't attitudes changed?
No.
But before that, it was better, because before that, it was the Bobby on the beat that would fucking know your name and be like, "You're right, we're rare," and do you know what I mean? And be harsh on anyone he saw fucking around, but also more lenient. We went from policemen to police officers. Shit started changing.
I've got to be honest with you. See that a lot of the older generations, gents, is that we always had a police who know, as you said, know your name, know what you come off. That was like the 80s, but see that the 90s, the ending of that thing changed. The link between you knowing one police officer who used to go to your school or your youth club, that link doesn't happen no more, Bobby, or whatever your name is. And another thing is this: the police themselves doesn't have that interaction with the kids no more, I believe, because years ago the police used to set up a fucking disco, come to your school with their fucking.
You know what I was thinking about the other day? You know what I was thinking about the other day, which was a clever propaganda tactic. Yeah, the fucking stickers that they used to have with the friendly, smiling policeman and woman. You remember the blue and white ones?
I've met the Met.
Yeah. I was like, fucking hell. I remember that shit, man.
But here's how the community broke down. This is the problem. Throughout the misjustice, what's been going on this is not no misjustice what's been going on for 20 years, mate. This injustice has been going on from the Windrush generation right up to now. The SUS law, Section 60, stop and search, the same tactical movements they've been doing from in the 50s, they're doing it now, and they've got all the powers to do so. Yeah, they always had that law where they could say they're using a reasonable force, but they also could justify. Stop using it. Stop fighting back. Stop resisting arrest. Stop resisting arrest until they break your neck. So the police is themselves. The police is stitched up themselves, to tell you the truth. The police made us not trust them because it's an ongoing.
Let me throw something else in there. Oti, have you noticed the militarization, if that's the word, of the police force? Right, you've seen it, right? So we've gone from Bobbies in the beat with their kind of Edwardian kind of hats, and they were in blue, to the steady progression to this black military overall fucking paramilitary fucking look, combats, pockets everywhere, tasers, utility belts, fucking anti-terror hats, like little baseball caps and shit, and like it's not the same now. The community spirit has gone out of it. If it was ever there.
But they don't have the numbers now, though. I mean, the thing is that if you actually looked at the actual number of coppers that were on the streets in the 70s, the 80s, and 90s, I understand.
Loads more.
Yeah, because of austerity, they've cut the numbers right back to the bone. And one of the things they're saying now is that there's just not enough policemen to do the job. And the other thing is that an awful lot of police officers are now women, and they are, with all due respect to women, they don't have the muscle, the heft to actually sort of get in there and sort of enforce the law if it really comes to it.
No. Listen, what they got, they might have cut the numbers, but In cutting the numbers, they militarized the police to the T. When you see some of these policemen, fucking hell, man, they make. Back in the days, we heard about the SIS. Now you got the SIS, right? They're dealing with you. They're all masked up. Half of these police who's running up in your house, once they start putting on 2 dots on you, you don't want to fucking move, bro. I'm telling you, these police are not to fuck with nowadays, man. Once they come put their spotlights up on you, you don't want to fucking you don't even want your heart to beat. I'm telling you. Like these police, they cut the numbers, but they militarize them. And I'm telling you that. You might not see they got too much surveillance cameras to have stupid police on the street now. They got surveillance cameras in shops, on the high streets. They got surveillance cameras what could see the passengers, the back passengers of your car now.
What do you think about the community service, community support officers?
They have to be seen. They have to be seen, to tell you the truth.
What do you think about them, Boaty?
Well, you see, my life experience seems to be entirely different from yours, right? And it seems, my dealings with the police seem to be entirely different to the black community. And I thought that what's happened over the past 50 years is that the black community is now a power in the land. In London, they're a powerful group of people. They're a powerful community. You see that with like Mark Duggan. They will not let that go. They will follow that through the courts. They will organise and get community action to try and overturn what they see to be an injustice with Mark Duggan. And see, what I'm wondering is that what I thought was that the police are bending over backwards to accommodate and try and meet black people halfway. I'm surprised.
Who's doing that? The police is doing that, yeah.
Well, that's my perception, but I'm ignorant of this stuff, and what you're telling me contradicts an awful lot of what I thought how the world was, and maybe I'm wrong.
The police in England is much softer when you're talking about the police in America and the police in South Africa, let's be real, or mainland Europe, like when you talk about Germany and all of that. Yeah, the police tactical of how they deal with the black communities and the brown community as a wider spectrum. Yeah.
I thought they were enormously careful when they were dealing with you.
To tell you the truth,
careful. As in what? As in cautious, as in respectful.
No.
Or fearful.
Perhaps not respectful, but really, really cautious. Really, following the letter of the law. If there was any question of a doubt, they would actually back right off. My understanding.
Where'd you get that from? Honestly, what is driving that perception? Not from experience.
Seriously, not from experience.
You're having a laugh.
No, I'm not having a laugh. I thought that it's my sort of perhaps naive perception that the police are like you and I. They are citizens in uniform. There are good people and there are bad people, and you get some bad cops and you get some good.
Let me ask you a question. Let's slow this down. Let's break this down. And I'm no expert on the police, yeah. But let me ask you a question. Do you think it'd be safe to say that a certain section of society, a certain psyche, a certain archetype of human is drawn towards law enforcement?
Yeah,
that's a job, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like in the military as well. Yeah.
Okay. Would you assume that section, that demographic of man and woman was a compassionate, well-rounded, secure, robust individual?
Not all, some, but not all. Not all. You can't coat them all.
All right.
Some are going in there for the best of reasons. Some of them are going in there because they like violence or they like power.
What do you know about police? Yeah. What do you know about the police force? Like, honestly, would you go into the police force to be the diplomat, or would you go in there to really fucking make some real changes by hook or by crook and kind of push forward the world you want to see. You know what I mean?
When I was younger, I was actually thinking of becoming a copper because it just sounded like an interesting job.
Yeah,
right?
you thought there'd be loads of action.
And my dad put me straight. My dad put me straight. He said, "You know, no son of mine is becoming a copper.
Yeah.
Never." He said, "Never trust a copper." He said, "They are dealing with the worst elements in society all the time, and you will be if you know." He said, "You."
Do you know anyone that's become a policeman that you grew up with?
Yeah, my brother-in-law.
And wait, and I think we'll leave it there, right? Right, that's what I thought. Right, we'll leave it there.
Hold on. It's nice talking for him, though. Yeah, I realized for the past 20 minutes, I said to myself, this guy here is the police.
No,
you know what, mate?
No, I'm not.
You know,
no, I'm not.
I gotta be real with you. The police, what you watch on TV, like Taggart, Sweeney's, and all of that, is not the police we do within the community. Yeah. So when you're talking, right, when you're talking, I believe you're a police. It's like, bro, listen, mate.
He's not a policeman. He's not a policeman.
He's not.
No, I'm too stupid to be a
He's not a
copper.
policeman.
They wouldn't have me.
But I'll ask you something. Were you in the army or anything?
No.
Or do you work in the Metropolitan?
I mean, I'm from London. Yeah. I live and work in London.
Right.
Yeah, but you see what I actually see, Rambo, is that I just sort of see a society that is trying to just make things work, and it's much easier to try and work with the black for people like the police to work with the black community than ignore that than to antagonise them. I've got that wrong, have I?
Richmond. I bet he lives in somewhere like Richmond or somewhere.
Yeah. It is in Kennington, yeah. Okay,
how did
cool.
you know that? Bingo.
Where you live.
Are you a copper?
And I got a couple friends up there, so I've been up there a couple of times, and that's like a holiday for us to go by the river and go to like 2 bars around there where the celebrities hang out and all of that. Yeah, we've done it in the past, but boy, that's another compared to where we're.
My question will be to him then. You don't live too far from Kingston, right? And Kingston is another place where you will see police is very active on stop and search and everything else. Are you aware of those stuff?
No, man, I'm going down them places there. When you're in Richmond, you stay in Richmond, man.
Yeah, but Richmond's a stone throw from Kingston, Mackie.
Yeah? What?
Gentlemen, I've got to ask you something. Gentlemen, I've got to ask you something. Look, how do you get the balance right? All of you were involved with gang, right?
Right.
So what balance, right?
That's still occurring. Yes. The thing is that what do you do if you're a copper and you need to and you want to stop it for the good of the community, for the good of for the good of the black community? What do you do? Do you actually cut back on stop and search and perhaps and knife crime goes up, or do you actually increase stop and search?
Oh wait.
People are safer.
Wait. First of all, Boaty, I'm inviting you to go and have a look at these stop and search statistics.
I've got to.
You definitely have to, and then you got to come back on the show and tell me what you found, and you're going to be shocked and surprised. Stop and search does not reduce knife crime. This is the second wave or the third wave of this stop and search policy. It just what it does is victimize people in a specific area, but it pushes the knives like as you see, you can go to a shop, get searched, get followed by armed police, go to a shop and get a knife out of pocket. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
start committing a crime with knives. Then we got to be real honest about who is behind this propaganda about stop and search. It's a knee-jerk reaction because actually there is no quick, easy fix solution. Stop and search is not going to help it. If we get rid of all the knives, people are going to go back to bottles. If we get rid of all the bottles, people are going to start picking up bricks.
They're
If we get
always
rid of
going
the
to find
bricks,
something.
so what we need to do is identify the
problem.
The problem, and the problem is a societal issue. This is not. We're not gonna section off one set of people and be like, right, we're gonna stop you every time we see you, and that's gonna stop things. That's gonna antagonize a community. It's gonna isolate a community, make them more distrusting of the society, the wider society, and it's gonna cause more harm than good.
So what can they do?
What we need to do is we need to address the social injustices. We need to address the lack of opportunities. I know this is where some people switch off and their eyes start rolling. Oh, we're gonna blame it on poverty and blah, blah, but there literally needs to be a grassroots project that wants to see the youth do better in all walks of society. Yeah, we actually have to lead by example. Our police have to look. As long as we're getting policed by people that carry truncheons, guns, and pepper spray, we are sending a message out that might is right and might wins. As long as we keep flying out to other countries and dropping bombs on people that don't agree with us, we are sending out a message that violence is the way to solve our issues. As long as the Avengers keeps being the top grossing film and smashing box office records, then we are saying gangs of people that group together and deal out violence to those they do not agree with or answer violence with violence are heroes. Then we are never going to change the underlying psychological current of what's going on in society. Yeah,
JEDI, that's the way the world is. Surely.
Well then that's the answer. That's the answer to your question. We ain't going to change it then.
And could I just
we are not going to change it. If you believe that that's the way the world is, and I agree with you, then we got to stop labeling the violence as being anything more than just the way the world is. Then, how about that then?
But my view. Look, if you actually look at if I step out into Richmond now, right, I will see loads and loads of black people productively working, full members of society with the same equal rights, with the same rights as me. They're not given I'm not given special treatment over that. I accept that maybe police officers may treat me more favorably or than they would to a young black guy. But the thing is that in the main, in society, you have exactly the same chances, exactly the same opportunities. In fact, I would argue
exactly the same. Really?
What? Yeah, seriously. Look, I mean, there are jobs. There are jobs on the BBC. Please.
All right, I'll let you finish.
Let me land.
Let him land.
There are jobs in the BBC that black people can apply for that young white people can't apply for. Research jobs on the BBC that are open to members of the ethnic, but because they're underrepresented, they are bending over backwards to get black people into the BBC. Exactly the same with the Metropolitan. Exactly the same with the Metropolitan Police.
I hear you.
Please let me finish. Please let me, Rambo. Please let me do. Let me land. The thing is exactly the same with the police. The police are underrepresented by members of the ethnic minorities, and they are actually I don't know whether you know, but with the job interviews now, there are certain sort of primer job interviews with the Metropolitan Police where black candidates can go to special pre-interview interviews where they're taught how to pass the interview, not because they're giving them special, but because they want the black community equally represented, so that when
stop.
It might be a black copper.
Yeah, and then what? Wait, Rambo, stop.
So
So why do you? But taking that police analogy, you think that's in the interest of equality?
Yeah, I do. I genuinely think that. I think,
or is it as an interest to hide away from their racist policies and be like, well, black folk are doing it, right? Look, in America, you have an abundance of black police officers. You also have an abundance of police brutality on the black community. So this is not going to stop anything. If anything,
Right.
it's a means to hide. They're going to send.
But you can't compare. You can't compare America with Britain.
As in America being a macrocosm and England being a microcosm, or as England being the founder and the parent of America, and America being its a wayward child, the apple does not fall far from the tree. Regardless of how you want to chop it up, the percentages might be different, but lo and behold, who is at the bottom of the social economic ladder? Who is grossly misrepresented in the criminal justice system?
Black
who is
community.
grossly misrepresented in violent death statistics? The black community. So regardless, right? So we're gonna have to just get to the point of this is definitely a racial issue, and putting a black face on the white arm of the law, does not change a thing.
Yeah,
the
but
policies,
isn't it a step? Isn't it one step to make things better?
I'm telling you what the step is. Yeah, in my humble opinion, the step is for us to educate ourselves on how to police ourselves and govern ourselves. I think the issue is we don't have enough powers of self-governance, and that's in all stretches of our society. Yeah, and too much reliance is being made on outside parties to come and fix our problems. Yeah, I don't believe the best thing the government could do is empower the communities, to police themselves, to regulate themselves and to empower themselves. This is simply down to low self-esteem, and lack of opportunities to be autonomous.
Can I just say something, please?
The more that we wake up and take responsibility for ourselves, stop looking at the police force of what they're going to do in our community, stop looking at Sadiq Khan. Oh, another black kid been stabbed. Oh, what's Sadiq Khan going to do? We stop looking at that and we start taking matters into our own hands. In a working class communities, all around London, all around England, is usually a mixture of different types of people. Yeah, some places more segregated than others, but each one of those communities can actually take a bigger interest in themselves and spotting out problem areas and addressing them, whether it be family, whether it be community events, whatever it is, education. We need to now start looking inwards at the solution. We've been trained to look outwardly, and outwardly they're running amok. Whether intentionally or unintentionally, we are being failed by the system, and therefore we are keep looking to the system. For us to keep looking to a system that is failing us is us failing ourselves. And that goes for everyone. That goes for Boaty, that goes for Rambo, goes for Jedi, goes for Becca. If we start trying to heal ourselves as a society, rather than looking for a government who is actually supposed to just be speaking for us and representing us, we're now powerless individuals. Yeah, we're now subjects. We need to get our sovereignty back. We need to.
No, I'm sorry, Jedi.
Wait, let me just finish.
No,
let me finish.
You have.
Let me finish. Let me
you
finish.
have got to
let me
use
finish.
the
Let me finish.
You've got to
no,
use
no, no. Wait,
your
let me finish.
intelligence.
Please let me
your
finish.
sheer intelligence.
Please let
your
me finish.
Brightness to make
Please let me finish.
Go on in. Go on in.
Right? Yeah. North Peckham Estate. Yeah. I was born and raised North Peckham Estate. Yeah. 80%, 85% unemployment rate. 90% unemployment rate amongst the black community. Yeah. If we were looking for handouts from the government, our MP was Harriet Harman. She was busy co-signing paedophilia or pedosexuality. Yeah.
Careful. Be careful.
She was busy co-signing paedophilia and pedosexuality. She's not careful. This is facts. Paedophilia, in your head, thinks somebody that's having sex with a child. No. In Harriet Harman's head, paedophilia are adults that are attracted to children but do not harm them. Right? There's a difference.
Jedi,
right?
be careful, mate.
I'm not being. She's gone on record. She's been on record. I'm not going to be careful. She's been on record saying that she believes that this is a condition. Yeah. All right. So I'm just saying what she said. So while she was busy focusing on stuff like that, my estate was in tatters, and what the residents of that estate did was campaign to the government, yeah, and the government responded with something like £600,000 to pump into the estate. Then they upped it to $1 million. This is an estate that houses how many thousands of people? Yeah.
Well, it used to be one of the largest states in Europe. And,
exactly.
Yeah.
Right. What would have been better suited to us is if we took charge of our own community. Yeah. What would have helped the average man on that estate was him to be given a semblance of his self-esteem back, handed back to him, and for him to be encouraged, yeah, to determine his future by actively getting involved, yeah, and actively trying to be the change he wanted to see in the society. That's what would have been better for us on North Peckham Estate. But we kept appealing to the local authority. And this is the sickness that we have in this society. We appeal to outside bodies to help us when we need to put that energy that we have appealing, demonstrating, campaigning needs to be put into ourselves, of us coming up with our own solutions, just like the Jewish community do. They have their own ambulance service. They have their own security service, which is very much like the community support police. They're actually practicing these forms of self-governance that I am advocating for. And we can see the Jewish community is coming on leaps and bounds, financially, educationally. They are advanced.
They're working to improve their lot as a community to make things better for themselves.
So this is what I'm.
So why can't you do that?
But because we are looking at I just said, because we are looking at the local authorities for help. We're looking for the government to help us. We're not helping ourselves. We're looking for outside forces. When something goes wrong on our estate, we're told, oh, the police need to step up more patrols. Oh, we're not patrolling our own estates. We're not patrolling our own communities, but the Jewish are. Oh, the NHS is failing us. We need to subsidize ourselves. We need to understand the power of our money, where we spend it, who we spend it with, and we also need to learn self-governance.
You need to get organized.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes, 100%.
You listen. This may surprise you to know that I lived on the edge of the North Peckham estate. Big tower block. It's since been knocked down, but I actually lived in that tower block.
Wood Dean Estate? What?
It might have been.
What was it?
The Willowbrook Estate, maybe.
Willowbrook, yeah.
Willowbrook, I think.
Yeah.
But it was right on the edge of. Now the
Queen's
thing
Road.
is, sorry.
Queen's Road side.
Maybe it's been a long time ago, but the thing is that when I lived there, it was as exactly as you describe it. It was I was probably there roughly about the time that you were there. Damilola Taylor was had been killed around that time.
I was already in jail by then.
Oh, were you? I thought you were younger than that, actually. I mean,
I was already in prison.
Oh dear. Well, that gives me no pleasure to hear that. But the thing is that it was run down. You're absolutely right. And Tunbridge, the North Peckham estate was terribly badly designed, so that I understand that there were these walkways, these runs, so that if somebody committed a crime on one side of the estate, they could run right to the other side, and the cops just couldn't catch them.
100%.
And one of the things that actually, it's my understanding that one of the things that actually happened was that the black community, or not just the black community, is it the African community that's in Peckham, especially?
Is the Black and Caribbean?
But I thought it was less Caribbean,
not necessarily
more African.
true. No. It's more of a balance, actually. But yeah, there's a high representation of Africans in namely West Africans in
actually it's my understanding, now I don't know whether this is true, but it's my understanding that in the 1960s, when they were moving families into these into areas, that they actually had white areas they put all the white families in one area, they put all the Afro-Caribbeans
seemed like that
in another area.
My next door neighbor was a teddy boy that refused to give up his platforms and his quiff. So he do you know what I mean? His
punishment was
but he was good, because I was right next door to a Vietnamese community center. Do you know what I mean? So it was very multicultural. We had the Scottish, who
That's up
probably,
by the bank, isn't it? It's the Vietnamese community centre's way up. It's up near the high street. I
oh
think.
no, right directly outside of what is now the Damiola Taylor Centre.
Right. Okay. I'm sorry. No,
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've not been there for a few years. But anyway, it's my understanding that what actually happened was that the community actually they got themselves organised and they said this place is a shithole. We have been, this has been underinvested. That these places are cockroach infested. We are being asked to live in disgusting, damp. You know, the roofs are leaking. There's been no maintenance at all. We've been forgotten about, and they kicked up such a fuss that in about 1990, around there, the government, not the local council, exactly as you said, the local council sort of ignored them. Sort of didn't do very much at all. But the actual government actually poured money into the North Peckham estate, and I thought it was all rebuilt. I thought they knocked down a lot of the runways. I thought it was a much better place, wasn't it? I thought
Well, probably is, but look at the gun crime now. When I was growing up, people weren't getting shot outside my house. Now, like 3 people have been shot outside my house. One man was shot outside my house. The bullet ricocheted and went through my neighbor's car. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
What is that?
Kids
Why is there
killed.
suddenly guns? Yeah, why is there suddenly guns? What's that?
You tell me. I think those white men up north that got convicted of their gun factories being made in their sheds and that, they've got something to answer to, because we ain't making guns in Peckham, mate. We make a lot of things. We ain't making guns.
Who's doing the shooting?
Who's doing the shooting? Whoever can get the guns. Whoever's interested in having a gun. The scared people are doing the shooting. Those that lack self-governance, those that lack the skills and it hasn't been passed down generationally of how to deal with conflict, do you know what I mean? Or how to be responsible, those that lack the information on crime and consequence, they're the ones that are doing the shooting. Essentially, victims themselves.
But I don't understand. Look, the thing is I understood that. Look, if you are caught with a knife, that's bad. But if you're caught with a gun, you're looking at 10, 15 years.
5 years minimum.
Surely it was more than 5. Surely.
Yeah, 5 years minimum straight away. Mandatory 5 years.
Probably 10.
Every bullet.
No, mandatory 5 years for a gun. Now, that's the standard, and then you can work up based on what type of gun it is, where you was caught, ammunition. But modified, whatnot, blah 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 blah.
So yeah? I'm surprised to hear that there's an increase in gun crime, because I thought that stopped. That was the deterrent. That it's sort of easier, if you follow my meaning, for people to have a knife than it is to have a gun.
Let me tell you something. Yeah, you know the funny thing is, yeah, this is how you got to remember when we're dealing with reporting. There's always an agenda for the narrative that you're receiving, and this is why this news review is very important. There's an agenda for the narrative that we receive. And there's a reason why knife crime, whether it be from terrorism or whether it be from gangs or whether it be some random lone wolf that wants to call out a slogan and stab an MP, there's a reason why that is more prevalent in the news than the actual gun crime that's happening on a daily basis here. Yeah, because like me being from London and being privy to a certain demographic of London, I hear every day when someone's got shot, someone's done a shooting, people getting shot more and more. I think now more than ever. But yeah, the reporting of it is low.
Yes, because it's news to me. You sort of saying that you're seeing it happen. I don't see those reports.
They're not reporting it. That's why.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you why though. I couldn't tell you why they're not reporting it. You know what I mean?
I don't think it's some part of some evil plan to sort of suppress it. I think it's news companies provide news. They provide the listeners or the viewers with what they want to hear. And the thing is, so people are all sort of wrapped up in sort of Brexit or elections or, whatever. And the thing is, that's what they want to listen to.
Are you sure that they're providing the listeners with what they want to hear, or they're telling the listeners what to hear?
I probably a little bit of both, and that's
Nah,
probably
or
based
probably more of the fact that intelligent agencies have long time admitted and come out and saying their direct influence on the media,
they're
especially
managing the news, managing it.
Exactly. Come on, let's not play games. There's stories out there that they don't want us to absorb in the mass because they don't want to cause what they call civil unrest. This is yet more evidence that we are not adults. Legally, we are children. Yeah, we are childlike status. And I want you to look that up. We are not adults. So we're wondering what's going wrong with us. Yeah, it's because we are immature. We're not even teenagers in the eyes of the law. We're not
You
even
should have become a
adolescents.
teacher. You give out so much homework. I've got homework that I've got
Yeah.
got research stabbings.
We are
childhood
children in the eyes of the law. So therefore, those that are warded with our guardianship determine what we eat, how we eat, where we live, how we live, what we know, how we know it. Yeah, what is news and what's not. Yeah, they place gagging orders on stories that are fucking out of this world. Yeah, they seal cases up, they seal inquiry results up. Yeah, for hundreds of years. Yeah, and bypass the Freedom of Information Act.
Well,
They
decades,
yeah. No, 100 years. Yeah, they seal cases for 100 years. 100, not decades. 100 years before certain cases can be opened. All right,
they're allowed to do that.
Just like the is it the McPherson inquiry? Who's that geezer that suddenly turned up dead on suicided on at the end of his pathway because he reckons Dr. David Kelly, is that his name?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, files sealed up for 100 years.
Yeah.
Right.
But I think the reason for that is because of
national security.
National security.
Oh, yeah. Yet again, more evidence. Yeah, more evidence of our childlike status in the eyes of the powers that be.
But do you see the difference between you and I? Because you see, I look at that
Not
and
much.
I sort of think, no. But
not
do you
much,
know there is a difference? Because
I think the difference is education. Like as in you have a certain type of education. I have a certain type of education. It's in my interest to educate myself on not only my side of the street, but yours. In fact, I need to become more knowledgeable in your side of the street than you do mine in order for us to be successful. For me to be successful, I need to know Boaty's world. I need to be able to communicate with Boaty. Yeah, and I need to be able to be articulate when in the presence of Boaty. In your side of the world, it don't matter if you never have a fucking conversation with someone from my side of the tracks ever.
No, I'm learning. No, because I'm learning from this. I'm learning.
Yeah, I know.
Listening to what you're saying.
Essentially, this is about being upwardly mobile. Yeah, in terms of class. Yeah, so I need to in for want of a better word, upskill. Yeah, you don't need to downskill unless you are looking for employees. Yeah, if you're looking for someone to give a job to or someone to work for you, then it might help. But you're probably going to get a recruitment consultant or someone else to do that job for you, where you don't have to get your hands dirty and lower yourself down to the working class and find out what the fuck they like. You pick one man, you make him your head of trade of the head of the union, and you deal with him. Yeah. Meanwhile, you try to get you're still trying to climb your social ladder and get into the upper class, right? You're still trying to create a legacy for your children and get yourself out of the danger zone of one day making a bad financial decision and then end up cheek to jowl with me again.
That is your opinion of what you think. I think.
No. Please. Wait, I'm using you as an architect. I'm not saying
okay. Cool,
but this is the way society is set. That's all I'm saying. It is the way society is set. Like I said, I need to know more about the law than those that claim to enforce the law. For my own safety.
In your view, I mean, my view of this is that we live in a benign society that actually wants good for you. I think that we live in a society where the government tries generally to try and make things even and fair for
You're
everyone.
only saying this.
And I
because-
know that there's injustice.
You're only saying this because of ignorance, Boaty, because through the conversation that you've had many eye openers, and you've you've even come to suppressed information that you knew, like your magistrate friend. Yeah, I've helped you uncover.
Yes, I'd forgotten about that. You nailed it. You nailed that.
You know why? You know why you've forgotten about it? Because on a day-to-day basis, that is not where your concern is. It's only going to be your concern
Yes, you're right.
when they move onto your street.
Damn it, you are right. Yes, okay.
Your community.
You won that game. Damn it. Right. Sorry.
This is the problem, Boaty. Yeah? Because of the lot of things doesn't happen in your community, you are oblivious to what happens really out of your community. Like somebody like myself. Can
you blame him, Captain?
Do you know what? I don't blame him because this is what he knows. It's like when I was a youth,
he was working class. He was working class. He spanned the roulette wheel. Yeah, some good numbers came up for him, and he was fucking out of there. Yeah, he was out of there. What more do you want from him? It's either that, or he hang around, and a hungry man like me robs him, which I would have done.
Yeah, well, all I'm trying to say is that half of the stuff he's saying, he's oblivious. Like, to know the scale of what happens in the other 30-odd boroughs we have around London.
Let's be sympathetic as to why. And I don't blame him. And I think, I don't even think that he needs to care.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't.
Really, do you know the problem? When he comes off with this chat and goes back to his normal world, this is how he feels.
But guess what, though?
Sorry, just 1 second. What did you just say? So what did Rambo just say? I didn't catch the last bit. What did you just say?
Saying, yeah, it's not your job.
I said, when you come off of this chat and turn off your laptop and go back to your world, you'd be oblivious of what's going on in the rest of the.
I'll just carry on as if the conversation had never happened. Is that
maybe not. Maybe not. Let's not make that assumption, because maybe not. I don't even want to believe that, bro. We put in a lot of time and energy into this conversation.
Yes,
maybe Boaty is now gonna go off and look at things. Let's look optimistically, because I think that we are in the danger of demonizing people because we don't learn. Listen, brother, we are in the danger of demonizing people inadvertently, yeah, because of our ignorance to their section of society. Like I said, yeah, it is in my best interest. I'm a survivalist. The reason why I can speak like this, I have these type of conversations, yeah, is because I've learned and been trying to learn the art of surviving in this society, yeah. So I realize at a certain time, yeah, the way I speak is going to influence the way somebody listens to me. And I learned that from early. This is a trait that I have. So if I go to Spain or I go to Turkey, or if I go to Australia, my accent is going to change because my very psychology is based on survival and adaptation. Yeah. And that's what we are good at. That's our skill in the hood. Some of us learn it and we adapt and we get to traverse between realms. And some of us don't ever learn it and we get labeled and stereotyped everywhere we go because we don't learn how to put on different hats. Should we have to put on different hats? No. Does Boaty need to put on another hat? No. But once he took off that working class hat or that whatever lower class hat and put on a middle class hat, he's never had to go back and be like, oh, do you know what? I fancy putting this lower class hat on, unless he's got family members that are still in that scenario.
Yeah.
When it comes to linking up, then you might hear a different Boaty. Do you know what I mean? Oh, well, yeah, rare, fucking hell, mate. There's some of that might come out. Do you know what I mean?
It's like telephone voices, isn't it?
Yes.
The thing is, if you're talking to your mum or your gran, you speak very politely. And you're talking to one of your mates, you might start dropping some swear words.
Yeah. Exactly. And it's in our interest to learn the language of Boaty and higher. Yeah. If you want to be successful and get and become what they call upwardly mobile. A lot of us don't have that skill. A lot of us are not taught that
Don't
skill
sell
and the
yourself.
importance of that.
Don't sell yourself short. The thing is that you're easily intelligent, perhaps more intelligent than I am, Jedi. Don't ever sell yourself short.
I don't sell myself short. I'm trying to teach a valuable lesson to my brothers. I'm not saying that to put myself down. I'm not saying that to put anybody down. I'm saying that just to say this is the reality of society that we live in, and that means a lot when it comes to politics, right? It means a lot when it comes to, because Voti's vote, yeah, is going to count for a hell of a lot, yeah. So if we don't take the time to have conversations with other demographics in your society, they may never have the chance to disprove certain stereotypes that they hold, and they hold.
I don't think you appreciate your power. I don't think you live in London, where a high percentage of the population is Black Afro-Caribbean or Black African, and the thing is that you have a powerful lobby here, and you have clout, and I think that I believe that you underestimate just how powerful your potential political power is. You look at people like David Lammy. You look at Diane Abbott. She's second in command, second in charge of the Labour Party. These are powerful national figures. Surely, I know that you might.
Diane Abbott has no power.
Not when it comes
especially not with the demographic that she's supposed to be representing. She holds no power to the black demographic. Maybe the middle class black sector, she's their spokesman, but for the working class, she does not speak. I remember she's part of Labour, so she should be always appealing to the working class
people.
Exactly. Yeah. And well, I'm going to speak for myself. I'm not into politics, but I've never heard anybody cheering. I've not heard anybody cheering for Diane Abbott. Not one person. No. Or David Lammy. They come across.
David Lammy gets results. Remember that it was David Lammy who actually said, Mark Duggan, this was an injustice. It was him who actually got that brought into national prominence.
Really? It was David Lammy really?
I believe so.
No.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
Okay.
Yeah.
I would say so.
Completely.
But this is the problem. When you have people like David Lammy who decides to come down to our levels, because this is the problem. It's always good to know what you're doing on the upper level, but when the people from your levels, my friend, what's your name again?
Boaty.
Yeah, Boaty. See when you come to our level.
Boaty's got a tag. You get me? He's not left working class that long. He's still got a tag. He's still got a nickname. Is that your street name? Yeah, Boaty?
Let's go way back. Bloody hell.
Yeah, what's your street name, fella?
Squirrel. Believe it.
Squirrel. Have you got ginger hair? Are you ginger?
Yeah, bloody hell, you are sharp, aren't you?
You fucking ginger, ain't ya?
So I live in Richmond and I've got ginger hair.
Ginger hair. It's even that or you love nuts. It's even that or you love nuts. So I went for the first option.
Thank you for that.
Exactly.
The levels of knowledge on all levels is what's more important, because the problem is this: we should be looking up, or no one should be looking down at no one, innit? Because now you come on the platform with us and you ask us about.
Hello, you got quiet. I can't hear you.
Oh, can't you hear me?
Captain,
can you hear me
I
now?
can't hear you, mate.
Can you hear me now?
You're breaking up, my friend.
Hold on. Yo,
That's better.
Yeah, but what I was trying to say, we should put people in classes or brackets, because to you, we could be in the lower class, and to us, you could be in the upper class. And when it's time for us to talk on things what affects all of us, we prove to each other time and time again something what we would have considered you should know, you don't really know, and stuff what we know, we have learned from a different type of knowledgeable background. You get where I'm coming from? So as a people, I don't believe no one should be looking up or looking down to nobody, not on this level. Because when we need to face justice,
No, you've gone quiet again. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Sorry.
Yo.
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah,
you. I think it might be an issue on
problems
your side. I can hear you.
Yeah,
I heard you clearly.
Was he not breaking up for you?
Nah, not for me. No, it wasn't. I think it's you just breaking up, you know.
Cool.
Yeah. Excellent conversation. We've
Hello,
reached the
is
3 hour
just
mark.
me? Have I-
Yeah, I think it's just you. We've reached the 3 hour mark. I'm reluctant to end this, but like I don't like the
No.
show
Look, it's been
going on too
It's
long.
been great talking to you, all of you. It's really good.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it has been great. Listen, Boaty, I don't know where you've been because you used to come on the channel. Feel free to come through because listen, man, it's diverse voices make the conversation so much more enjoyable. Do you know what I mean? Great conversation. And yeah, man, I mean, I do want you to look at the stop and search.
I will.
Yeah?
I promise you I will.
Yeah.
And I will come back. And and I'll come back and confront you about that.
Yeah, man. And have a good day.
And yourself.
Yeah, man. And be kind to a random poor fella. So,
No. Yeah, of course I will.
yeah.
You take care, gentlemen. I'm going to bounce, all right?
All right, take care. Peace.
Okay, you see ya.
All right, cool. Yeah, man. I don't have a link. It's a family I advocate for. Sorry, story. What you lot chatting about, man? You lot sound like you're in a chatty mood today, man. Why would I respect an American leader? Zubaydah's always talking about something else than what's going on in there. If they had any powers, they would have the black community that they were getting deported for no apparent reason. So black politicians have never worked in the interest of the black British. Big up yourself, Fred Cole, man. Big facts there, man. Big facts. Do research on what Clinton, Bush, and Obama did, and then do research on Trump. Only then your view will be clearer. Notice you never hear the right-wing Republicans complaining about the wars. Barney Rubble. Big up yourself, Barney Rubble. Wood Green, Tyson, Henry.
Come on.
Unless... Yeah, big up Brunkle Tony Brown, man. Come on. Mills Turk, big up yourself. The 10 Rules of Game, salute to you. TNTS Greek. Quality people in the chats, man. Jupiter, VI Britannia, Based Welshman. I based. It's been a while since you come on, man. We miss your Welsh tones. I mean, feel free to jump on soon, man. Selassie One, Entrapped Minds. That's a new name I've not seen before. That with a big pat. Salute, sis. Lady Spade, yeah, I am going to shoot you in your pink high yellow ass. Yeah, trust me. Yeah. GTA talk, GTA. She knows what I want. GTA talk. Yeah. What are you there? What are you playing over there? What you doing? Huh?
No, man.
Don't lie, man. What you doing, bro? What are you playing?
I see scriptures on there still.
What are you playing, bruv?
We got scripture.
Woman.
Huh? Football.
Man, play FIFA on you.
I don't think scripture's up because me and scripture was up at like 4 o'clock.
Scripture's online, bro. He's in a party right now.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Scripture, bro. You don't want to sleep? Scripture don't want to sleep, no? I don't know what happened to me last night. I think about...
He was in the chat earlier as well.
Huh?
He was in the chat earlier.
Man, about 1 o'clock. About 1 o'clock, I had a coffee. I'm having a breakdown, bro. I'm having you get me? Not a breakdown. What's it? A relapse, bro. Yeah, I went Brixton. I went to go and pick up some software for my computer. I phoned South. I said, "Yeah, look, I'm in the ends." He's like, "Yeah, come through." When I linked up with Southside, and then before I know it, I'm bunning Zoots in his kitchen. And like I said, man, on the way back, I got in the tube. I nearly had a fucking whitey, bro. I don't know what was going on, bro. I was mash up, bro. Fam, you know when I couldn't keep my eyes open, Mackie? Like, I kept like literally blacking out on the train. It was so fucked because I know my head was going back and my mouth was just wide open. I
Was
see
your
one
heart
gal.
in that sweaty?
There was a gal at one point looking at me like, "Rah, you look kind of nice, you know." And I'm just there, boom, boom, boom. Next thing you know when you feel your neck doing the wobbly thing. My head was doing the wobbly thing. A bit of dribble came out the side of my mouth. I could see her staring at me like, "Rah, you look butters."
What,
When
you
you
lean
speak."
back on the window. You lean
Huh?
back on the window. You lean back to the window.
Yeah, lean back like, oh man, I was mash up, man, like that, bruv.
Hey,
That
man
weed
was all
got
dribbling,
me.
bro.
I was dribbling, bruv. My mouth was wide open. I was that guy on the tube with the head back, mouth wide open. You just want to throw pennies in his mouth or something like that.
Well, but do you know what? I heard that's the first sign of what? I thought you almost got that cholera or something shit.
Oh, fuck off. Corona.
Yeah.
That's a cholera.
Corona.
Fuck off, man. Yeah, and
Get all
yesterday, I'm not
white,
gonna lie
you
to you, there was a conspiracy. Yeah, keep that handy. Yesterday there was a conspiracy. Yeah.
Maku.
Now, do you know what? I'm gonna go cop that tomorrow. Put that up to the screen, Maku. Let me go and get that.
Pull it up,
Let me get that copped. Dettol what? What Dettol is it? Dettol what? Surface cleanser. You know, go get you some of that Dettol surface cleanser because it deals with the human. Oh, let's see if we can get it. Not quite. Not quite.
Yeah, it's there.
Oh, shit! It's the bottom one. Lift it up a little bit. Lift it up a bit. Up. No, you're going down. Up there. Stop. Right. I gotta move this out the way. Hold on. Can you see that? Human corona virus. Yeah. What's there? Is there a percentage there? What's the percentage next to that?
Ooh, I didn't even see it.
Yeah, there's a percentage next to it. What does it say? I can't see the percentage, bro.
Just blur.
Yeah. Read it to us. What does it say?
It says human coronavirus and RSV.
An
How much?
RSV. What's RSV? Respiratory something virus, isn't it?
That's something.
Yeah.
It doesn't show percentages. No, sorry.
Oh shit. Oh, Zim Zimmer. Oh, Zim Zimmer with the Migot Abima says Dettol says it won't kill the virus. Where did Dettol say this? Dettol's been making a lot of. Do you know what's strange? Yeah. Tell me if this is not fucking strange. Yeah. 2 days ago, on Saturday, in fact, Dettol was in the news after our conversation, bro. You know what Dettol was in the news for?
Wow.
A mum had put there's a thing called Mumsnet, yeah, mums.net, where mums and just people in general go and find out, you know, like, oh, my son's got this rash, but has anyone got an idea what it could be, and blah blah blah, and they look up stuff. So someone put someone had written about how their child has just had a good what do you call it? You call that thing? A good Dettol bath. And like apparently the internet went crazy. People were like, what? People wash with Dettol? Rare. So there was a load of people saying, yeah, it must be doing some time. And there's new people saying, how can you wash your child in disinfectant? So Dettol has come out and made a statement. Yeah. Dettol's come out and made a statement saying that yeah, it's safe to have a Dettol bath. Yada yada yada. They've even brought out some aloe vera one. Blah, boom, boom, yeah. But I found it strange that Dettol was in the news. Just in general, it was just a weird story. Like they found a reason to put Dettol in the news, and now Dettol's got this coronavirus link. Because obviously they say it protects against the human coronavirus, yeah. And now they even forced them to issue statements about whether it works on the corona. I'm just saying that Dettol, like I'm sure sales of Dettol have gone through the roof right now.
Rockety. Mine was bought as standard. It wasn't bought to you get me?
Yeah, it was just that's a standard thing.
You can see it's half.
That's not the Dettol you put in the bath though. Let me just point out to everyone. Don't go putting that Dettol in the bath. It's the brown Dettol.
The other one.
Get me? The brown Dettol. I love a Dettol bath. Still. So Ilman Nafayan, is that Greenbird's production now, yeah? Yeah, what go on for you and your name changing? You're schizophrenic, innit? Huh? You schizophrenic, man. Big up Jana. Safari Noor. Yeah, we know your name anyway. You can't hide, man. Scripture, big up Scripture. What the fuck are you doing up? I don't get it, man. You're a beast, bruv.
On GTA right now, bro. I don't know what's going on.
Deto will tell you the original Deto bath is calm, but it won't kill the new coronavirus because that's the animal coronavirus that mutated. Well, I think they should have changed the name though, innit? Do you know what I mean? It's a bit dangerous, man.
Coronavirus.
Sorry?
No matter what, I didn't know they have 2 different meanings to it.
Yeah, there's strains. There's different strains, man. The things evolve.
Coronavirus is coronavirus.
You guys hit that like button, family. Since we're still here, hit that fucking like button, man.
Michael, you need that white mask on your face, you know.
What?
Yeah, that surgeon. You need that surgeon's mask. Do you get me? You Chris.
Well, anytime I told you, man. People with hijabs are safe right now. You know what I'm saying? Now they're moving off the train for them, but the poor Chinese people speak for them right now.
Bro, legal racism is popping off right now, man. I felt away. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I have felt away. I have felt away.
I'm telling you that here.
Like, I felt like I was being like followed by Chinese folk. Like, honestly, I felt like I was being followed.
Jedi, we can walk with my fellow club is legal now, though. We can walk with my bandana is legal now. Get me? Yeah. I go walk with my bandana in public.
Yeah, well, you could do that anyway, but careful you don't get licking your back, you know.
Imagine all the foreign exchange students that can't come now.
Yeah, it's peak. It's peak.
Yeah. Bias, unbiased. You know what I mean? I'll be pissed.
It's peak.
Hey, you know what, Matthew? I need to walk with that spray now. That's the new gun. The Corona gun. Give them some Corona shots. Yeah.
So you know, you're meant to shower before you go in the swimming pool if you got doo-doo on you, Zubaida.
Yeah.
I'm not even starting with her.
So
Hey, I beg you, don't say nothing. Leave her.
Yeah, guys, listen. There's 121 people in the building. You know what I mean? If you could hit that like button, get me over the 100 like threshold. I really appreciate that. Also, anybody feeling generous, feeling that they like man's style of show, especially this morning show, please support via the PayPal. It's very important. I'm going from strength to strength with my production. I'm about to start a new show in a minute, just showing us some of the hardware, some of the technology we got, and seeing how far man could take this. So yeah, really and truly, if you can support via PayPal, that'd be amazing. Thank you for 100 likes, sick, and that's even just £1, whatever you lot can spare. Just drop that in the PayPal. Show a young brother some love, because I'm an independent content creator, and I'm actually unbiased. I feel like I might change my title to Trilluminati Live Unbiased, or Trilluminati Unbiased Live, because I think that I'm actually becoming one of the most unbiased platforms out here. Get me?
Yeah. So
honestly,
so Black Bad, we gotta take your title.
Your
now.
unbiased title. We gotta take that from you, man. We gotta strip you. Get me? Strip you of your unbiased title. Nah, that's too many words. I don't want unbiased in my words, because you know what I mean. At the end of the day, we all got biases, man. Let's be real, innit? Let's, like, all jokes aside, and that. Big up Black Fan Man and that. But yeah, we all got biases, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I don't. I try to work on them, and I try to, like, you know, battle against them. Yeah, but I'm sure I've got biases, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, fuck that biasness talk. Allow it. Just keep it the way it is. Yeah. Keep it trill, bro.
Keep it trill.
Hey,
Go on.
so I'm just saying, why don't you continue with the show, or do you want to cut it and start a new one? I thought you should just continue. Continue.
Hashtag continue.
Oh, look, can I just say something? Put continue in the chat if you should continue the show. Yeah.
Continue.
Hold on.
No, I can't look. You know what it is, yeah. I don't want to do a 3-hour stream. I don't need that. Man. I don't want to. I'm not doing long ass streams anymore, so that people can go back and listen to shows and that. Like 2.5 hours is usually my cutoff point. What I'm aiming for. I'd like the new show to be an hour and a half long. You get me? 90 minutes is great for me. That's cool. That's a journey on a bus or in a car. Boom, boom, boom. And if you finish that one, you can maybe listen to yesterday's one if you missed that. And if you finish that, maybe listen to the one before you get in. You've listened to 3 episodes. Who knows? You know what I mean? I don't want these long, because they're a bit intimidating to people, man. These long ones. And then meanwhile, while you're catching up on that show, a new show pops off and you just abandon it. No, man. Yeah. So where we going with this? Yeah. So I'm gonna drop out, and then I'm gonna come back in with a little bit of gaming, so you lot can go and enjoy yourselves. Do what you do. I'm gonna do a little bit of gaming. Then after the gaming, I'm gonna come back in with the Extremely Balanced Advice Show. So yeah, tune in for Extremely Balanced Advice Show, man. And tune in for the gaming as well. Do you know what I mean? I've got webcam and all them things they're running now. I just want to test out the software and see how it works. And then that's it, innit? That's it. Big up yourselves. Hope you have a lovely morning or afternoon. What's left of the morning? 15 minutes. Go and enjoy yourselves. Please be safe. Like Bunga Bunga saying, you know, there's a load of crazy folks out there. Who knows what they're up to? But look out for yourself, innit? And stay vigilant. But don't let the fear overtake you. You know, it's another thing to have that balance. You know, the risk of the likelihood of something happening to you is quite small. So what I mean, so don't let the fear overtake you or spoil your quality of life. But yeah, you definitely got to be aware of what's going on. Thank you for choosing Trilluminati Live this morning. Sorry I was a little bit late. I tried to have like a bit of a lie-in, and I was gonna say, do you know what? Let me just stream later. But I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm providing a service, and I want to be consistent. So I got up to do it. I had very little sleep. I'll probably catch up later on in the evening. Yeah. So look out. Oh yeah. Let me do this as well. If you have a problem, an issue, or a dilemma that you want an untrained team of everyday people to try and give you their honest advice on, then now is the chance to get such a advice, to get such a service. Yeah, you send any dilemmas to extremelybalanceadvice@gmail.com, and later on in the day we're going to be scouring over them. I'll be reading them anonymously, and we'll be giving our opinions, our solutions, and our advice to anyone that needs it. I mean, all you got to do is check out the last 12 Extremely Balanced Advice shows, and you just know that it's an epic show. It is so sick. It throws up so many questions, so many dilemmas, and you know, like I need a boaty in there. I need people of different walks of life to jump on a panel also and help us go through some of these dilemmas. Don't worry if you don't actually have a dilemma, but maybe your friend does, maybe a family member does, maybe someone at work, maybe it's something you've heard, maybe it's just a dilemma that you thought up in your head and you want to see how the panel deal with it. It's all good. Send them in to extremelybalanceadvice@gmail.com. Everything will be read out anonymously unless you ask me to like specifically say who you are, and then I'll probably still choose to read it out anonymously and reveal you afterwards. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's a fun show. There's often lots of jokes, can be quite serious, quite sad, conflicting views, can get quite heated. Yeah, the Extremely Balanced Advice Show. What you got to do is check out the playlist in Trilluminati Live. There's a Extremely Balanced Advice Show playlist, and just to listen to a couple past shows, just so you get a gist of what it's about. Anybody that's a regular to the show will tell you that it's sick. We love it. Most of us look forward to it each week. By the way, did you catch someone's streams about you and Maku? It was hilarious. No, I didn't. I mean, why would they be a stream about me, man? I have no idea, man. I'm not interested anyway, man. Good luck to you. I've moved on in life. I've moved forward. Good luck, man. I mean, I've literally been forward. Big up to all subscribers, new and old. Remember, hit that like button. It's the best way to show your support. Second best way to show your support is to share with somebody else or to invite somebody that's not a subscriber already. Invite them to subscribe. And the third best way to show your support is to actually just donate to the PayPal or the Cash App. If you got Cash App, which is a easy way to send money to accounts. My Cash App username is TRILLSUPPORT. It's all in the chats. I mean, it's all in the description. Just open that description where it says show more and you'll see like a load of links. There's all my social networks, all my different channels, music links to like some, because like for those that don't know, I do make some music and that, some old mixtapes and stuff like that you can download for free. My SoundCloud is on there. You can listen to some music on there for free. I got my music video playlist, so you can watch videos that I've put out there under the name Red Pill Trill. My Twitter's there, my Instagram is there. You know what I mean? Go check out my the hotline numbers in there. Of course, the PayPal link is there. The Cash App link is the Cash App name is in there. Obviously, go to my other channel, JEDI Online. Go and check out the videos on there. Support it over there. That's where that channel is all about me, really. The way I see the world, things I like, my vlogs, just silly little videos that I do. You know what I mean? Reaction videos, all things of that nature. That's over there. This channel here is for the live streams, and Red Pill Trill is for the music. So yeah, man. Hopefully, there's enough links there for you to keep yourself busy. If you don't choose to go with some of the other folks that are live streaming right now, and you just wanna, watch some of the content, log in with your boy, then feel free to do that. I'm gonna be back in probably about 10 minutes, not even that, with some gaming. I'm gonna be playing some games. I'll probably play a bit of Monopoly, a little bit of GTA, a little bit of Resident Evil, or I might even get a new game, a free game, download a free game or something, and test that out too. And I'll have the webcam on, it'll be commentary, and there's loads of things that I'm trying to do. So, donations and shit like that should be popping off on the screen. New subscribers should be popping off on the screen. Let's see how it works. I'm trying to perfect it. Yeah? Big ups to you, big ups to yours. I know that was a long outro, but yeah, man, we got to bounce. Thank you to everyone saying it's a good show. Thank you to man like Maku. Thank you to man like Rambo. And Maku's already on the game, so I'm sure you hear his voice in the background chatting. Do you know what I mean? If you're on PlayStation Network, add me up, Red Pill Trill. Add up Maku.
HRH __ Maku, mate.
Yeah, HRH _ Maku. Add us up. Come get your ass whooped on whatever game, or join the Trilluminati. Yeah, we got a mad little army on GTA. Come and join it up. Do you know what I mean? If you got GTA, link up with us. And when GTA 6 comes out, we are going to be running this shit. I'm telling you right now, we're gonna have like 100 man, 100 woman, and we're gonna run this shit. And we gotta take over the gaming for the average man. Like I represent the average gamer. The average gamer that's not that great, but loves a laugh and whatnot. Maku is more of an elite gamer. He's like a skilled guy. You get me? Like
pro gamer, man.
Pro gamer. There you go. Pro gamer. You get me? I'm not a pro. I'm your average Joe gamer. You get me?
Average Joe. Like that.
Do you know what I mean? The average, yeah, but that's what people like. People like my average Joe gaming because they're just like, yo, Jedi, you are shit. But yeah, it's funny, innit? Like
I like the screaming. The screaming is funny.
Hey, the other day I was playing with my son. Yeah, did you hear us both screaming at the same time? Oh shit! Duet, duet screaming.
That was dying.
Oh man, that Mr. X in Resident Evil, man, something else, bro. Fucking hell, something else. Like he gets me scared. I don't know what it is. He gets me scared, man. Like proper scared. Screaming, man. Screaming our heads off. Big up Queen Breezy. due to link up a bit later, because I need to fit in going to the studio today at some point as well. And I had an appointment at 12, which obviously I'm not going to make because it's all the way in Canary Wharf. But I will be getting there tomorrow. Yeah, I'll get there tomorrow. All right, yeah, man. So I'll catch you lot on the other side. Scriffy, what are you saying? You playing? Was meant to put Captain. Big up, Jedi, Maku. Thanks for the stream. Yeah, and Captain. Big up, man. Big up, big up, big up. Yeah. Oh, wait. I never got to speak. Just out of interest, what did happen? Because I just see something pop up on my phone from Hangouts. Yeah. What did happen to Brother Rest? I wasn't really online like that yesterday. What? Anybody know?
No, I was on Veli's show last night, and I'd something pop up say in the chats that Raspberry Show's been knocked off.
No, but I think all of them simultaneously is something that he's done personally. I think
he's probably taking a break for a second.
Yeah. But then someone mentioned something about a couple of cryptic messages on Instagram. So, I don't know.
Cryptic messages from who?
From Rat.
Okay.
Yeah, early in the day. But, you know, maybe he is taking a break, man.
Oh, I hope he's cool, you know. Has anyone actually hollered him to make sure he's okay?
Try to, but he's not.
Oh, what the fuck? Okay, so he's put... What the fuck? What happened to his YouTube? His Instagram's gone down as well.
Is it?
Right.
Yeah, he's probably
He's gone off grid.
Yeah, he's gone off grid. But he said he was getting studio, man. He said he had work to do. Because I was on the last show he done, innit? And we spoke after.
Oh.
Well, no one ain't saying nothing in the chat, so no one don't seem to know.
No.
Yeah, man. Big up Raw Beats. Big up everyone. Boom. We out of here, man. Been dragging this on for too long. Check you lot in the hours, man. Let me leave you with one last call for support. Please donate to support a hardworking, independent content creator. And I'm gonna show you why I'm a good choice to make. I'm dedicated to anything I do. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, peace you lot, man. I'll chat to you lot in a bit, man. We out.